Hello, hello. How's it going, everybody? Welcome aboard another Read My Even Star stream. Hi. Hi, everybody. Yup. The horse has awakened. I went to the dentist again this morning. They're changing all my fillings to white ones. It's such a pain in the ass. I regret ever saying yes to that. And it's costing me so much money. I'm like, what's the point of this? My mouth gets frozen for several hours, so I can't even stream or record anything. Charlie. You haven't been there in years? Well, maybe you should go. So anyway, yeah, there is another Google Dockey. Google Dockey. There's one. It's an art thing. It's like about a big artist actually that's on VGen. But I mean, we'll talk about it later. The way VGen accepts people is weird. It's like you need a reference and like you need to have people vouch for you on Twitter, but it should really just be you get your account judged by your peers, like by other artists. No, that's not it. They are not giving me new fillings. I already had fillings, but they're black. Because my last dentist sucked, so he didn't give me the option to make them white. And white is like more... It's like an aesthetic thing. So we're switching them to white now. Yeah. It's a composite filling. Anyway, don't forget to floss your teeth. Bro, I never floss. I always lie to my dentist when they ask me if I floss. I'm like, yes, I don't. This sales talked me into it. The amalgam ones last longer. Maybe that's what they're called in English. I don't know. I see now there. No worries, no worries. Thank you for the super chat. Get a water pick? Bro, I had one. I had one and I didn't use it for so long. Some of the water got moldy. So I just put it away now. But also it's so big. It doesn't look cute on your counter. I think it got moldy because I put they like advise you to put some mouth rinse into it, like some disinfectant mouth rinse. Again with the mold. Oh shit, you were there last stream? Well, I didn't use it when the water was moldy. Okay, anyway. This stream is not about me. I don't know why I'm getting roasted now. Only a VTuber can make a disinfectant go moldy. Okay, yeah. So I don't know why we have this discussion resurface every few cycles in the VTuber community. And I'm surprised that people keep feeding into it every single time or take the bait. But there's a bunch of, like, Zentraya debuted a new military outfit. It's black and red. So I guess people decided to have an issue with it and call her a Nazi for it. So this user says, again, for relevance, this kind of outfit, vibe, and character type traces its origin from Ilsa, she-wolf of the SS, the progenitor of the Nazi exploitation genre, domination, sadism, and gore. Educate yourself, Zen. Yeah, it looks like a character from Azur Lane, I agree. Zentraya, you're being called out for your fascist kink, and you react like a middle schooler lashing out. Who's the snowflake? Well, I think it's you in this case, Dayton Cody. As a big VTuber, you're setting a bad example and opening the door to more fascist core streamer. Double down, defending your Nazi placeholder, Uniqueen, shaking my head. And then they retweeted, dresses plus gets animations for fascist RP. Calls everyone snowflakes / dick suckers. Toadies tell anyone who doesn't like the Nazi uniform to KYS plus slurs. I don't know what toadies means. Yeah, I don't know. Is this a fan base name? Welcome to Twitter, where happiness goes to die. Fascism being hot makes me so motherfucking tired. This is awful as fuck. There was a million things you could do and you chose this. And they're even QRTing like the artist who designed the general outfit for Zentraya. Zen is a general. She's literally a general. You're not allowed to use black though. You're not allowed to wear a commandeering black outfit anymore, or you're a Yahtzee. Zentraya debuting as a Nazi was not on my 2025 bingo card, but here we are. Dude, wasn't there an actual like Nazi VTuber not long ago? Why not go for the ones that are wearing the symbol and shit? Why do they gotta do stretch like this? And Zentraya has had this sort of design ever since back then, ever since she did VR streams. Yeah, the Miku person. Yes, she's had several outfits. No, I swear these guys, they come out of nowhere. They come out like a hair on a soup, unwelcomed and out of nowhere. And they just annoy everything and ruin everything. Vex here tweeting, if you... fucking grok. If you generally believe that an outfit that has no form of political rhetoric on someone who has never spouted any kind of political or hateful rhetoric makes someone a Nazi or a Nazi apologist, you need to get the fuck out of your basement. So true, so true. Leave Zentraya the fuck alone. This person responds, yes, Vex, I was so sad to see something that just happened to me in the past be used against someone like Zen. We just wanted a military aesthetic with no real-life political attachment. It's generally weird for anyone to reach that far. And true, it is weird. Honestly, I don't want to say it, but I think it's mental illness. Oh, fuck it, I said it. I'll tell you what, the whole I'm going to try to make someone else look bad so I look better is fucking gross, pathetic, and cowardice. Some people will do absolutely anything for fame, money, or recognition. Even if it's a negative and cannot stand it, it makes me want to vomit. I think they're doing it for clout, but I think they generally, like, believe it. They get, like, hysterical about it. You know what I mean? And that's the scariest part. Is that they have, like, no self-awareness. They're completely wrapped in their own, like, delusions. In their little Delulu world. And they think they're doing the right thing. They're like, yeah, I'm doing the right thing by attacking other people. Quit victimizing yourself. You fucked around and found out Zen has every right to call out morons like you for attacking and slandering her over an outfit. Go outside and touch some fucking grass, loser. So this is Ella Mente. Deleted the post because I generally don't care. Plus, hope she just learns. Plus, look how condescending she is. Yes, I can see all the chats. Chat. Look how condescending she is. She deleted her post because she probably got so much backlash, but she's doubling down. And she's like, deleted the post because I generally don't care. Plus, I hope she just learns and grows. Plus, move on from the whole situation she's in. But having one of the biggest creators in the space, someone I once looked up to, verbally attack / crash out at my 11 like tweet isn't something I can handle. So I give a proper apology, but you were mad before, but suddenly you don't care now. Fuck off, Lamau. I hate with a burning passion people who do that. Yo, it doesn't matter if you are a 1 view or 2 view or you have 11 fucking likes on your post. You are a professional victim if you think that you can punch up and somebody's not gonna punch down. I don't care. You pipe up, you're gonna get a response. That's how it goes. You open your mouth, you're gonna get a response. That's how it goes. If you can't handle it, shut the fuck up. Yeah, people who punch up don't like the smoke, and then they're like, oh, a bigger YouTuber, a bigger VTuber responded to me, and she crashed out. Yo! If it isn't the consequence of your own actions. Did Blue Sky go down? By the way, Blue Sky, for some reason, I'm getting a lot of comments about my Blue Sky comment in my YouTube section, and I just want to address it real quick. The reason I don't like Blue Sky is not because I was quote unquote, like these comments were saying, brainwashed by my audience, by the way. It's because of my genuine experience on the platform. The algorithm is great. I like that they're not pushing down links and stuff. For a creator, from a creator standpoint, Blue Sky is great. The users there are aides. Every time I open the platform, I get an anxiety spike because there's call-out posts on me for the tamest tweets that I've done like 2 years ago. So, I have this opinion of Blue Sky formed by my own experience. So please do not infantilize me and tell me that I'm being audience captured or something, especially when my audience has such a wide variety of political spectrum. And also because I fucking argue with them every single day. Like, give me a break. Right, because the Nazi were famous for wearing black, which is why they were called the brown shirts. Well, some did wear black. And Americans have also worn black uniforms. Oh, okay. I didn't know that, actually. But I think from an aesthetics standpoint, just having a black, like, general or commander uniform for a VTuber makes sense. I mean, I would like for Blue Sky to become a legit platform that's like usable, because again, I think the algorithm is great. The way it's been done for creators is great, because X is stupid because creators use X to promote their content, but if you promote your content, you're punished by the algorithm, so make it make sense. A dress uniform have been black in a lot of countries. But what about military uniforms? Soviet and Nazi general uniforms look very similar. Early 20th century European military uniforms all look the same. Leather jackets and big hats are really common. Yeah. They also tried to canceling powder for commandeer outfits that was Warhammer 40k based. Oh my god, I remember that. I think also in anime and in like Japanese culture, it really doesn't carry the same connotation. Not that it really carries a connotation in the West, they're just making that shit up, TBH. But there's like this clash between people that want this, you know, this Japanese look for their characters and these Western audience that can't help themselves. They gotta make everything political. And then they're like, oh, but and then there's all these comments calling us slurs and telling us to KYS. But you remember that tweet from that Japanese person that we read a while ago? This is exactly what's happening. You piped up and you made it political, so now you just opened a floodgate. Now other people are gonna come, you know, respond to you because it's a sensitive topic, it's political, so there's gonna be a lot of discussion, and then somebody else is gonna reply to them, and then somebody else is gonna reply to that person, and then it just escalates infinitely, and then other people jump in and they start calling you all kind of names. But that's not Zentraya's fault. That's your fault. You started this. You can't control everything on Twitter. Once it leaves your orbit of your small circle, it's just gonna blow out. Honestly, 99% of the people angry over this has zero idea what a Nazi is or did or what a Nazi uniform is, and just throw this odd mental garbage about people they don't agree with or things they just don't like. Yeah. I mean, Zen has literally never discriminated against anyone. She's super nice. It really is a shame to attack her like that. But I also think other people shouldn't be attacked for their for similar outfits, like regardless. It's just a silly thing to do. So this other person responds to Elementa saying, so I called you out for being two-faced without actually saying it, and you respond with this in an attempt to cover? What a joke. You contradicted yourself quite a few times already. Are you sure I'm the one with the roasted brain? A mature adult doesn't blow off an apology. So you're clearly either a child or a very immature adult who grew up on social media and let it rot their brain. Oh my god. Oh, I'm getting whiplash. I feel this statement belongs to her. Just because you think someone isn't sincere with their words because emotion is lost via text doesn't make it a fact. Most people have empathy. Please go outside. Maybe you should go outside. I'm so disappointed in Ella's... Fuck off. I'm so disappointed in Ella's action. I remember when she was just a sweet bird VTuber years ago. Now all of that drama has gone to her head. And this is a classic, like, VTweeter experience. Seriously, how could she do this? I feel so betrayed. I hope someday she apologizes, but until then, I'm not dealing with her. Alright, so she's getting blocked. Some people are seeing this for who they are. I mean, when you let fools speak, they dig themselves a hole. As you can tell, Zen's really doing great, building a caring and respectable community with her current actions. Cream on the crop of VTuber fans out there. So sad that this is who the majority of larger creators think they must cater to. And it's somebody calling her a regard. Or you're absolutely regarded. Your IQ level is non-existent. In fact, the cavity that should house your brain instead holds a black hole, sucking in all the garbage around it. Okay. It was a pretty creative insult. That was... Okay, the creativity of the insult was kind of funny. Okay, let's read more reactions to this. When I first watched Zen, when she was a commenter back in 2020, nobody called her a Nazi. They just called her a color swap of the character Esdef from Akame ga Kill. Hi, guys. I want to read the Tim. Well, I've already read the Tim thing, but let's read it. Let's read it with you guys. So Zentraya basically tweeted, "This is so stupid." 1 million views. last night when they were going hard on her. And Tim here, who's the VidRamen founder, he's done a lot of collabs with a bunch of VTubers. He made a little tweet about it saying, "This is my response as a sponsor. I haven't gotten a single DM here or on the Vid account. This is important because I've gone through a lot of stuff over the past 9 years. Everything from people who deserve to lose all their sponsorships to people who are misinterpreted. If people truly and genuinely think something's wrong, I can tell you that I instantly know and get flooded with messages." This part kind of surprised me because I didn't know that sponsors receive so many messages from, you know, audiences to complain about people they're sponsoring. Yet, I didn't learn about any of this until someone had mentioned it offhandedly somewhere and then had to actively go looking to figure out what was going on. And so this smells like cloud chasing. This smells like trying to take someone else down because it makes them feel better, makes them feel bigger. This infuriates me. Out of all the wrongs in this world, why are people choosing to attack Zentraya, who has done so much for so many people? Yes, this sentence right here is really what it boils down to. It's it's the lack of regard for her history and everything she's done so far and reducing her to one single outfit that they've decided to misinterpret. And even if they didn't misinterpret that outfit, it's like they're erasing everything else that she's done for the community just to attack her. And that's really sad. For a drop of clout, for an ounce of attention, why are people so quick to want to hurt and try to take down others? Come on, do better. Be kinder. At least one of the people calling out the design has been attacked by neo-Nazis before. I don't think I can blame them for being gun-shy about it. What does gun-shy mean? I don't think that... Hika, thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. Thank you, thank you. I don't think that being attacked by a single person should allow you to just start firing free shots at everybody that you believe is problematic because you have trauma. Like, a lot of us have trauma, and a lot of the time you overcompensate when something traumatic happened to you or you had a very negative experience. But that doesn't mean that you should try to ruin other people's lives. And that you know, a lot of us, probably everybody in chat, is going through hardships, has their own burdens, has their own challenges. But how many of us burden other people with our problems? No, most of us just, you know, keep it inside and try to be normal. Yeah, it's not an excuse to attack others. Your Twitter drama is not a free pass. Please stop. Thank you for the 8 month, Rue Shady. Welcome back. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, Rue. Zen has had similar outfits in the past. I'm surprised that many people are suddenly mad about this unless they started watching their content recently. Set me free? No, you're locked in. When you sub to me, it's a contract forever. Pretty damn funny that people are getting mad at Zentraya for having a military uniform and calling her a Nazi. Am I allowed to say that word on YouTube, by the way, or should I say Yahtzee? While Shondo redebuts as a little Imuto dictator, and nobody bats an eye. Maybe some people should take the hint that everyone is sick of the accusation rhetoric. Imuto means younger sister, right? Saying that her use of the word snowflake and woke make her immediately part of the far right ignores the more likely option, a broader rejection of this cancel culture nonsense. We're all tired of stepping on eggshells. We want to be allowed to be funny and edgy again. Oh my god, I made a typo in the title. It does have the Rima accent. I feel like they would have gotten angry at Sean though. She does get a lot of haters, but Zentraya is a little bit more mainstream. I feel like I have to talk on this topic, as this is something that has happened to me. Calling Zentraya a Nazi for her uniform is actually crazy. What? One of the leading industry VTubers just all of a sudden decided to join the ranks of hate and shout it out to the world. Someone can enjoy military uniform aesthetics without being a Nazi. Get a grip. It kind of... Seeing Zentraya get cancelled for being a Nazi is wild. Nazi is one of those words in the internet that has lost all meaning. If you disagree with me, you're a Nazi. If you have anything remotely militaristic, you're a Nazi. If you like German bread, you're a Nazi. And this person's like, wait, I'm German. Alright, cynical here. I swear this needs to change about the VTuber's face. I have a feeling like it's not gonna change though. I see so many people jump in a train of calling Zentraya a Nazi for having an outfit she has never spotted Nazi rhetorics. That's the... I feel like this is the most important part, no? Like... Does intention not matter at all? She has never spotted Nazi rhetoric, never promoted it, and there are so many creators trying to attack Zen over this. And for what? Your 20 seconds of fame, some clout, an extra $2.50 for your Twitter Blue payout? By the way, guys, whenever you think that somebody's doing it for the money on Twitter, remember that the pay from Twitter is dog water. Nobody's making money on this. It really is just for clout. Zentraya has been an amazing and inspirational creator in this space, and if any of you watch her streams and her content, you'd know that she's the farthest thing from a Nazi. All y'all throwing around these accusations just because. Is it just that much easier to jump on the hate hive mind before even thinking twice about what is being said? And sure, this is a horrible situation that is thankfully blowing over soon, and I'm so glad Zen is standing strong with this. However, this definitely isn't the first time this has happened, where someone gets hated over a nothing burger and everyone jumps them to get on the trend. It's so fucking stupid. Get a grip, go outside, stop jumping people for the sake of it, especially if you know nothing about what you're talking about. And like Zen's anger over being called a Nazi for no reason is so valid. Anyone would have felt the same, and people are getting mad over it. They're getting mad over her, what, retaliating? Damned if you do, damned if you don't. So I saw some people on Blue Sky trying to cancel Zentraya for a new outfit, and all I can say is call emoji. I'm so glad I'm not active on that site, because what the fuck is this article someone made over there? Oh my god. Military outfits are not inherently about Nazi. Would you look at that? Another big VTuber turns out to be a Nazi. There's... It looks like a scene from Dune. Like there's a scene from Dune. What are the bad guys called in Dune? I forgot. You know that planet where they train a bunch of people? It kind of looks like that. It could also... I mean, there's fucking dragons on the flag. Harkonnens! Yeah, it looks like a Harkonnen scene, but with like shibis. The Harkonnens were pretty cool. I like their throaty language. Anyway. Notice, this blog will mainly talk about Nazism. Nazism? This is kind of hard to pronounce. And will contain links to Nazi imagery and information. I want to clarify that I do not support Nazism or any fascism or oppression. This is for education awareness only. Let's see what else is being said. Okay, that's a lot of text. Zentraya's original design did have a red unmarked armband that... Oh, okay. Is it the armband that people are taking, like, an issue with? I'm talking about Sardaukar. No, the Sardaukar is, like, their special army that they're training, no? And they're, like, supposed to be the best. Sorry. No more Dune talking. Okay, Zentraya's original design did have a red unmarked armband that Zentraya said she missed until she noticed it in the model making phase and asked for it to be removed. Oh, so she asked for it to be removed because of maybe the connotation, or maybe she thought people would take an issue with it. Zentraya's response on livestream was definitely emotionally charged and MO, not very professional / PR in hindsight, but I'm not going to assume Zentraya has ill intentions with it and was just frustrated in the moment. I do think she could have calmed down first and thought about how it came across, but quite frankly, I understand it's hard to do that when you're stressed in live streaming. Admittedly, though, I only just now saw this, and primarily from Blue Sky, and the opinions there are very clearly something dog whistle, Zentraya bad. I don't think Zentraya is bad. There she said things poorly, but not so poorly that it means she's a Nazi / fascist. It's a repeating pattern that someone can prove. Then we can revisit this topic, but this is literally the first controversy I've seen from Zentraya, and I'm not going to hold it against her. Her outfit is not a Nazi outfit, simple as that. Please don't try to cancel Zentraya for this. If y'all think it is, you honest to God need to touch some grass and Google military outfits from various countries, bro. My opinion on Blue Sky is vindicated once again. Oh, Nazi use a red armband with swastika on a white background. Not exactly the same. Okay. Yeah, I know. It's been disheartening to see the alternative to Twitter turn to shit. Even, like, my favorite trans creator is getting fucking roasted on Blue Sky. I'm like, come on! This was supposed to be our alternative to Twitter, and it's unfucking usable. Post was deleted by the post author. I wish I had archived that. I think, but I was watching Lawrence of Arabia last night when all of this went down. I had no idea. Ignorance is bliss sometimes. I think not wanting to be labeled a Nazi immediately out of the gate would get anyone heated. I've already put in my apology about how I went about talking the other day today, but jumping on board the hate train without even stopping and questioning shows who you really are. So Cupcake responded to her. She said, Zen, I'm not jumping on a hate train. I've always looked up to you, but it's hard not to be hurt by this. If you want to lump me in with other people you've called snowflakes, then I can't stop you. But the words you used specifically were incredibly hurtful to a lot of people. Wait, I gotta take my roleplay voice for this. I do understand wanting to defend yourself. You have every right to. I've seen it happen time and time again with larger creators. The second they start talking like that, it's downhill from there. Oh, God. What, because she used the word snowflake? Are we serious right now? And I just don't want to see it happen again with another person lots of people admire and look up to. Oh, yeah. Listen, Zentraya, Cupcake was just looking out for you. She was just looking out for you with that tweet. If you apologize for it, I generally have no issue, but I haven't seen one at the time of posting, like many others, generally sad about what had been said. Yeah, Snowflake is like a slur to them. No, because they think Snowflake is like a pipeline to you becoming a Nazi. Like, there's no... there really is no in-between. It's all or nothing. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt because you generally sound sincere, and if there's anyone telling you horrible things, they are masking being in my community and using a troll account, and I don't condone them. If I made a tweet or something, it's just going to make people want more and more when I've said what I had said, where I said it previously in front of everyone on stream to fix that, and I hope you go and see my sincerity and my words. I don't condone anything but love. It's always the people with the greatest opinions that have me blocked, by the way. I'm noticing a pattern here. / sarcasm. You're fine. It's Twitter, unfortunately. At your size, it's kind of hard to police who replies once you do. No stress. Bro, I bet they're not even part of her audience. If they're replying to Cupy Cakey and they're telling her slurs or they're saying mean things, they're not part of Zentraya's audience. This happens every time there's a political discussions. There's a bunch of people that are gonna piggyback on it to spread hate. They're usually not part of the VTubers audience. Lawrence of Arabia checks X Book of Grudges. Rima is so over. Now Lawrence of Arabia is great so far. We need to start bearing people from the internet. Yes, we do. We need them to make them pass an IQ test first, I think. True, there is a lot of bots too. They do have a bot problem. I'm really sorry though. I had no idea you had already apologized. I don't think you're a bad person. For clarification, you've done a lot for VTubing. I'd be an asshole to just have a go at you like that. Was just upset, but yeah. If anything, I too let my emotions get the better of me. Gonna take the post down now, and once again, I'm genuinely really sorry for jumping the gun. I appreciate your kindness and able to make your own decision. It's more important now more than ever to look at the big picture more than people spreading lies and pushing an agenda of hate. I get it too, we live in a scary time. For this moment, just only read my words. Trust in me when I say that I have only ever spread love. And when I get mad, I turn the brain off and I'm acting out of frustration. I'm sorry if my words did hurt you and to anyone. Note that my community has always accepted so many loving people who extend that to others. You as well, I'm sure. Even when I typed a response, I wasn't angry. It hurts me just as it felt I hurt you. Bring humans mean we try our best to understand someone's situation from all sides. And I appreciate you seeing mine. Thank you. Zen, even though you are my Kamiyoshi, the woke and snowflake lines were out of pocket and not the best choice of words. I understand that you were heated, and I know you definitely are not a Nazi or part of any alt-right group. I do not agree with that first statement. I promise you it takes a moment to go into my VODs at the end and hear my statement, and sincerely if you were genuinely hurt. Oh yes, that's another thing, is some of her statement that she did on stream was clipped in a very short clip and posted on Twitter. And you know how it is with short clips. It's always out of context and it's always to sort of like frame somebody in a negative light. The clip ends up being deleted after Zentraya called it out. We can look at the full apology in a sec. I found it hilarious how I called you out on wanting nothing but cloud by farming the situation, and even going as far as clipping the few seconds and not then after where I even apologized for my usage and lack of education with the political landscape. And I was right. Looking at your post, you're just farming this. Even after I did apologize the next day and you stated I'll clear things out, you keep stuff up just so you can gain that little visibility. Fuck off. I want to see oh man. They went priv. It's important to do your research before you go calling someone a Nazi. This is too woke, and Zen was right to say so. While I understand that a certain amount of people may be attacking Zen, I don't believe it's a Nazi outfit. I do, however, feel a certain type of way about how Zen used the word woke, especially with how it's being used nowadays as a negative connotation. I'm not trying to attack Zen, I just wanted to state my opinion on something. Well, it does have a negative connotation because it wasn't supposed to, but all the people that seem to represent that movement have been insufferable. Maybe stop being insufferable and then it won't have a negative connotation. Oh, they deleted it too. Cool. Zentraya is right. You freaks keep equating fascism to aesthetics and symbols when it's a political ideology with specific pointed beliefs and practices, not a uniform or a symbol. You're using the same idiotic non-logic as the people who scream Starship Troopers is satire because Carl wears a trench coat and a cap, or screams at Hindus and Shintoists for flying the swastika Manji thinking it's a Hakenkreuz. You flap your gums so much about aesthetics, symbology, and politics, but you know nothing of any of those topics. You know your place and shut your mouth. The Buddhist swastika is left. And this is the Nazi emblem. Yeah, they are... I remember people getting mad at this too. But that was before. Now they've moved on to other things. This looks like the guy from How I Met Your Mother. I think it is. Wait, it is? That is him? Stop! That's how he met the mother? Yeah, Neil Patrick Harris. No shot. What is Barney doing here? Oh, that's one of his first roles. So was Starship Trooper a satire or not, actually? Starship Trooper is canon with How I Met Your Mother. It's the prologue. Fun fact, the whiteboard Jolly Roger was originally going to be 1, so when you first meet Ace in the manga, he had 1 on his back. Wait, what? Okay, I'm so confused. You gotta explain this to me. Yes, and Helldivers is based on that? What? The book, no, but the film definitely. It's a satire and a warning. The creator has stated it himself. Oh, Hakenkreuz is on his back. It's censored in the anime, at least here. Ace in the manga has a swastika. Rima, I learned what a nothing burger is from you. This is that. Rima, you just heard me. Yes, that is Neil Patrick Harris, who is Barney. This is the part of the stream you guys will remember the most, probably. The fact that I just discovered that this is Neil Patrick Harris. He was also in Harold and Kumar. Oh my god, that movie's old. Which role did he play in Harold and Kumar? Yeah, what? Actors playing different roles? Starship Trooper director said it was an anti-fascist commentary, but the movie differs from the book a decent amount. The director didn't read past the first chapter. Bro, then why would you make a movie on a book but don't read the book? Hello? Oh, he played himself? Oh, yeah, he was like the star. I don't really remember that movie. Is this the movie where they go to White Castle? Like the burger joint? There was a lot of movies in that style back in the days, like these kind of stoner movies with, oh my god, Ashton Kutcher. He was so big back then. Oh, he didn't agree with the politics of the book? Okay, yeah, the Weed Bro movies, that was a trend. They don't make those movies anymore. American Pie! Ew! Oh my god, I've just unlocked a new memory. There was also Dude, Where's My Car? I think that was the best one. Zen is another example that you can do good for yours, but if you do something for years, but if you do something that deems bad, people ignore everything and you done to that point and second guess your character. Exactly. It's like that Asmongold quote that I quite like. You can build 100 bridges but suck one dick, and suddenly you're not a bridge builder, you're a dick sucker.
I guess I gotta say no.
We kind of sound a bit like.
Oh shit, I think I'm on oh no, I'm on the right speed. She has a mole on her booba.
Mr. Krabs.
I guess I gotta talk about it here.
I like money.
Oh, are these Machina eyes? That model is beautiful.
And I'm probably gonna have to make a Twitter post on this. So the other day, I got a bit upset.
Stop saying warm apple pie.
Because people were going on.
Chat, stop saying warm apple pie. You guys know that movie traumatized me from apple pies forever? Zoom in on a... I can't zoom in on a video. Zoolander is iconic. That's not even a Stoner Bro movie. That's just Zoolander. It's a class of its own.
After my artist. On an honest mistake. Which we corrected promptly.
Oh, the red armband? Yeah.
We corrected it properly. I told them, let's take it down. Let's redo this. Even behind the scenes, I can show you the screenshots.
I feel like her voice has been upgraded. She sounds so good. She actually sounds so good here.
We were discussing this. This was on the live TV, so this is how it went. Yeah, because apparently Blue Sky is now trying to cancel me.
Oh.
And it's moving over to Twitter now.
It sucks.
So I'm trying to figure this out. I did get heated. I did. I will apologize for that.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
Look, Zen is an emotional person, but that's kind of like that's what we like about her, is that she's real. She's like Kason in that way. When the Vishojo thing happened, they wrote like this big paragraph of tweets. It's raw, but it's real. And yes, she did apologize. And I know some of you are like really against apologies. But you gotta remember that some of these people are part of her audience. And she's just a really nice person. She just doesn't like hurting people or feeling that she's disappointed people. So she's apologizing, and some people won't take the apology. But I believe that some people in her audience who didn't feel too great about her choice of words will appreciate the apology and will feel better about it. So if it gives her peace of mind and it does give peace of mind to some people that are watching her, then why not? It's just a few words. Nothing to, you know, get your panties in a twist over.
Was in a bit of a moment because you're going after the artist without
No.
giving them time to
Look, she apologized for the people that she thought were genuinely hurt by it. And then she realized, and then the people that were like not there, that didn't care about her, that didn't care about her content, and that were there only to speak, Rima, to throw shit at her, she was like, fuck off, I don't care about your opinion, which is what you're supposed to do. She apologized to the people that actually care about her, not to the randos on Twitter that are attacking her for clout. That's why she told them to fuck off. Yeah, Zen is a people pleaser and you can't please everyone. That is true. That is true. Yeah, some apologies are earned. It shouldn't be the default. That is true.
explain themselves. Also want to make this clear. I'm on no political side. I don't agree with Nazism. I will definitely say I am against it. It's
a gorgeous outfit. It's a gorgeous model.
Ugly. It's crazy to call me a Nazi. It's crazy to call my community Nazis. That is genuinely not.
I mean, I think these kind of controversies can actually work out for the creators because I think, look at us. A bunch of people are coming out to tweet to support her. A bunch of other creators are supporting her. And in the end, I think she's just gonna come out looking better from this because the people that are attacking her look unhinged.
That blows my mind. That's actually crazy to me. Fuck Nazis. Like, I can't believe I have to say this. I can't believe I actually have to go and say this. When I've pretty much made this very much clear on my stance a long time ago. So, like I said, would talk I was talking with the artist before.
Dude, it's crazy that she had to like precise that she's not a Nazi, and then she was like, fuck Nazi, because it's like saying the sky is blue. Shouldn't this be a given? It's crazy that they push her in this corner.
And when they were drawing this out, I didn't see the red armband at the time, until it went to live 2D, and it was larger. Once it became larger, I immediately noticed that. I told them, hey, let's get this off because that's a bad idea. That's a very bad idea. So we did that. Like, see.
Yeah, it's very dumb, especially given Zen's previous political stances on things. I mean, I don't know if she really talks about politics, but you can kind of tell where she's leaning, right? Yeah, exactly. Everybody that watches her content knows where she stands. That's why I believe they're fake fans. And it's fine. If she apologizes and they use it against her, then easy filter. That's what it is at the end of the day. This is never going to affect her. I paused at a really good time, by the way.
It's gone. It was never even on the model. It was removed right when it got onto there. But
the boobas are...
I used the wrong terminology the other day. I did. And I apologize for that. Everybody is accepted in this community.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is accepted.
The bad 1930s mustache man insult is used so often now that it comes to mean nothing. It's the laziest accusation to make. I absolutely agree, Monkey. What's her eye color? It's like yellow. She has like cat eyes. It's beautiful. Show us one more time, Zen. Yeah, I like it. It reminds me of the outfit like Daenerys Targaryen wore at the end of Game of Thrones. Yeah, she has Makima eyes.
Which, again, I can't believe I have to say this. Everybody is welcomed into the community.
Yeah, I can't believe she has to say it.
Stance. I take no political stances whatsoever. I don't have enough info on anything nowadays. I don't. I am not educated enough on politics to make any calls. All I can do is just
That's
watch
fair.
and look at what's going on.
Hi,
and
Cha.
just figure out what's happening. That's all I can do. Obviously, if I could help somebody out, I'll help somebody.
And she
Out.
has.
Out. But, yes. I tried to figure out, handle the situation wrong.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at this. I'm laughing because I remember that topic we covered a few weeks ago where the two girls were fighting about who was the bigger Nazi between them. I didn't even get backlash for it. That's the worst part. Meanwhile, Zentraya's getting backlash for this outfit. The world's all upside down. My thing is that the word lost all meaning because people like this call everyone a Nazi just by a disagreement. And that's the big thing here. Yeah, no, exactly.
I did. I was heated in the moment. I was heated. But we took the appropriate steps to correct the issue. And now, apparently, there's also people who have an issue with the mascot.
Oh, come on! What? Where?
Which I don't understand quite too much. As this is a fictional little gremlin.
He's so cute!
I don't see any armbands. There's, like... It's just a uniform.
It's...
That's it. That's it. I mean, the helmet's not even... It doesn't even bend over like a German helmet. It's like an American helmet.
I just think media literacy is dead and people are like uneducated.
And there's a giant X on the face. That's it.
No, Zentraya, can't you see? This is a hateful little gremlin. He's gonna commit horrible crimes. I can see it in his eyes. Look at those big, ugly eyes. Look at it.
When this whole outfit was going into production with the uniform,
Red X from Teen Titans!
the last thing on my mind was like, this looks
Yeah, he's
nothing
going to
like
commit tax
a Nazi.
evasion.
Doesn't look anything close to that. I could go and look at an image and there, uniforms. Well,
Yeah, the person on Twitter asking for Zen to get educated is a 22-year-old idiot. You know, I don't even need to look at their profile to know that, or for you to tell me to know that. I knew this as soon as I read the tweet. I knew this immediately. Like, I don't understand. I literally think that people are like their brains are trained to just like posts like this, like monkeys. Like they don't really think about it, and then they get carried in this mass hysteria, and they all like feed off each other until there's this, I don't know, this like cloud that surrounds it. They can't snap out of it.
Mostly grey. They were usually wearing grey uniforms for their SS battalions and all that. That was their main consistency.
Wait, you're 24, Danielle? I would have never guessed. I thought you were older.
The only time that they wore black usually was when it was going into a higher-up meeting, or they were wearing the leather jackets.
Okay.
And even then, military men. Women nowadays also wear black still.
Yeah, I don't know which part of the outfits they're looking at. I'm only looking at one part of the outfit. And it's the only part you should be really looking at, TBH.
That's still a consistent thing. German troops wore grey primarily. That's what Nazis were wearing at the time. You can go look that up on an educational book or website.
Yeah.
That was the primary colour.
Yeah. Maybe that person who called her out should educate themselves instead of asking Zen to get educated. Bro, I've shown my grandma Shondo's new Schittler outfit. She was a nurse during World War II, and she was like, she's so cute. She reminds me of the dolls I gave to your mother. I'll show her Zen's next. I'm really curious what she'll say.
Like, I knew the moment, like...
I mean,
I didn't give it a thought at the time because, like,
whoa,
this is just
the ties.
a uniform.
Jesus. No, it's okay. Seeing the full uniform, it's very Japanese coded. She has like this sort of Genshin Impact cape going on. A line from an old book that has always resonated with me is, it took cooperation and community for mankind to evolve. Yeah, well, now we have a bunch of fragmented communities that just like fight off each other in a tribalistic manner. Well, the human brain just... it just hasn't developed to reach and interact with so many, like, hundreds of thousands of people. It's unnatural for us to be on social media. I say this and I'm a content creator. Other people, this part is problematic. Me, enhance! Yeah, dude, I love the enhance memes. Those memes never go out of fashion.
But people are trying to put my head on a stake because of it. They're lashing out. And it's in all fairness.
Oh,
I
Arc
used
Knight. Arc Knight. I could see the Arc Knight ref in this, yeah.
wrong terms the other day, which I'm probably sure they're heated about. And apologies. Like, I did you know what? Somebody clipped me. And they didn't put the whole thing.
Yeah, of course. They never do. They never do.
They didn't put the whole thing of me apologizing afterwards. Which I did. I apologize afterwards, saying I used the wrong terminology. But of course, they took it out of context. Put the part where I was heated. And are trying to get stuff off of that. And not only that, they're using the worst parts of what I said. And even after getting confirmation from the artist, no, it was an honest mistake. They continue to push this agenda where, oh well, they still knew definitely. So they're also blaming the artist and myself, even after getting info.
One thing about the word woke, though, is that it really means different stuff for for everybody. Like, anybody that I ask, what's your definition of woke? They gave me a different definition. So, like, people are kind of talking past each other when they use that word too. So, yeah. That's why some people get really offended by what she said.
It's a smaller group who's causing these issues and who are trying to blow it up, and blow it out of proportion.
Like, for me, woke refers to, like, people that are hypocritical, that virtue signal, slacktivist, things like that. People that take it too far. But for somebody else, woke is like gay rights, trans rights. And I'm like, that's just normal rights, dude. That's not woke, at least not for me. So I think people just have very different definition of the word. Yeah, exactly.
So I will apologize.
Yeah, Master. I think that's kind of how I view it too. It's like an aggressive push for progressive politics, but to the point where they're just annoying.
About my terminology used the other day, I will apologize again. I don't fuck with Nazis. I hate Nazis. I've literally played Wolfenstein. I've played Sniper Elite. I've played so many games where I beat the shit out of them. So, yeah, I don't agree with that shit. I don't know. Where this whole thing is, where like, oh, Zen is a Nazi, and apparently because I didn't...
I don't get why she's saying I've played this game and this game. Does she mean this was her inspiration? I don't know these games, so...
say it on the spot. That automatically made me a Nazi. Not having...
Oh, you kill Nazis in those
the
games.
moment to explain yourself, and being labeled that is crazy.
Prima, turn on your eye tracker. Oh no, I will get exposed.
I don't know what else I can go from there. I'm playing a fictional character. I am not, in any way, shape, or form, pushing out fascism. I don't even know where that's coming from. I don't. I genuinely don't know where that's coming. From?
I hate when people focus on obviously good people. It shows their true intentions. They aren't trying to make the world a better place. They're just staring people down for clout. Yes, absolutely. And that really is the prime showcase of this happening right here. Yeah, true. I don't know why this even needs to be said. My definition is being supportive of LGBT and race, giving them inclusion in media, and even in proper spotlight. Republican use the term woke on us, and we just accept it to make them mad. Well, see, this is the proof that everybody's got a different definition. So, you know, that's why some people get triggered, I guess, when people use that word. But personally, I don't like both sides of this extreme argument. I don't like the woke movement, and I don't like the anti-woke movement. I think they feed off each other, and they wouldn't exist without the other. And I think they both participate in the same kind of rhetorics and the same kind of hypocrisy and virtue signaling, but on different part of the spectrum, it's such a weird. Yeah, it's like such a weird bubble. It's absurd. Yeah, it's a feedback loop. That's so Canadian of you. That's so funny that you guys said that. Anyways. Yeah, some mentality, different details.
And I don't know where to go on from that. This was the whole situation I just explained to you now. And not even like... The artists explained themselves. I explained. I got a little heated. I apologize. Quite a few times are right at this point.
Yeah.
And my community is open for every single person. Obviously, except Nazis. Obviously.
I like that she has to precise that. That's so weird. Bro, we're gonna have to start doing like 20-minute disclaimers. Like, my community is open to everyone, except this and this and this and this, by the way. Like, name all the obvious stuff.
Ed, I'm not going to go on Twitter. Or Blue Sky. And give the attention. Because this is... blowing up more than it should be. It's not a big thing. This shouldn't even be a thing. But it did. I made a mistake the other day. I got heated. And I will apologize. For that. I can't do anything else after that.
Yeah.
But this outfit is not Nazi-inspired. I
Yeah.
would like to make that plain and simple. This is just not.
She could also just show the mood
This is
board
not it.
or like the inspirations. I think that would clear it better than, you know, saying that she's played this game and this game. But I don't think you guys are saying Zen's been in similar controversies before with people going after her. She's been in controversies in regards to the Vishoujo stuff mostly, but not because of things like that. Yeah, this will help clean Zen's fan base of crazy people. I agree. She doesn't need them.
I'm supposed to be a demon general. Overlord?
Like, if people believe things said about you from a random Twitter user and you don't even try to find out the truth for yourself, then that's fine. Just leave. She doesn't need you. Easy filter. Yeah, I shouldn't be able to list every single negative thing I don't support because at that point a person is dumb. Yeah, it's like you speak in general statements, but you gotta list all the exceptions because people will pick on that. Because it's Twitter. I think the biggest mistake was probably replying to that on Twitter. It's boosting the post. I didn't see the initial apology. I'm only seeing this one. Seems fine here, although she is kind of looping.
In fact, little bit of my inspiration when I thought about this process was this character.
Amanda, this doesn't warrant a damn apology. I mean, it doesn't, but she's not just apologizing here. She's kind of ranting too. It's like an apology, but she's also ranting at this point. No, she's like kind of venting to her audience and explaining herself.
And a little bit of yes.
That's a cute inspo.
Death.
The first apology was fine. You saw it?
And Salvatore from Disgaea. Obviously, no. Armband.
See that
I wasn't going to put any armband on.
That inspiration that she showed had an armband, by the way, was white and red. Rima, why are you defending her? She's a competitor for evil overlord of the earth. Get your head in the game. Yeah, my bad. I gotta be on the right side of history. She's been mostly accused for Nepo hire. Yeah, I think most of the stuff that she's been accused of was the Nepo hire accusations, which after the whole Vishojo thing got uncovered, it seems like she was the one pushing for fresh talents, and Gunrun kind of threw her under the bus. But regardless, it's just a discussion that resurfaces in the VTuber community over specific outfit, over military outfits. That and Cop's outfit. Cop's outfit also get a lot of shit from people. People really hate Cops for some reason. And it kind of reminds me of the people that were saying that Arcane was like a Cops propaganda. No, Cops, not cups. Cops.
The Makama eyes? Yes, that was inspired by her. I wanted to also play off a little bit of Matara's outfit. I wanted to go, like, hand in hand. I thought that'd be really cool to do as well.
Because a lot of time here in the US, cops can be bad. Yeah, I know, but if I'm getting robbed, I'd like to have a cop come when I call the cops. Still. Like. But yes, we should worry about her cup size instead. But Matara is also an evil despot. I like that word. I'm gonna use this. It's so good. It's crazy because I initially wanted to also have a commander outfit. But now I want something more original, but I think it'd be a good outfit concept at one point. Ever had to do that? Promise they won't help you? Wait, you had to call the cops and they didn't help you while you were getting robbed? But you do need to file a police report for the insurance, though. Yeah, we got the Mounties here. They're gonna come. They're gonna clop in on their little horsies. I mean, yeah, sure. There's some cops that abuse their power. It's just like it's just human. There's some good humans, there's some bad humans. But at the end of the day, if you remove all cops from the equation, it's just gonna be anarchy and chaos. So, you know, sometimes you go in countries and there's no cops. It's just like military walking around with their big guns, and that's also scary. I know, she literally just looks like Gacha Commander 57. What are these? I know! That's also what I thought. She looks like a Gacha character. Mountie Cop Rima, when? Do you know how lame their outfits are? If they had a cool outfit, that would actually be a good VTuber outfit concept. But their outfits are so lame! They're so lame.
So there you go. I don't know what else you want me to say. I can't say anything else.
You think they look cool? No, they don't.
I've laid out everything on the
No.
table for you.
No. Nah.
I've apologized. I have gone, and yeah. I'm sorry if you think
Look.
that
are
I'm
we
apparently
real?
a
Zen is
Nazi,
playing
but
a
that's
fictional
just not the
character, but
case.
People out there are just see things in their mindset on shit,
At
and
all.
sadly,
Not
that's
even
how
close.
The world is. Still, don't let it get to you, and hopefully things go on.
If anything, the only reason I'm speaking up beforehand was because I don't want to be labeled a Nazi. That's also one of the reasons why I got heated.
You guys think this is cool? The hat with the red top and the stupid pants that go like this? Like... Okay, this is a Halloween costume. It is so funny. This one's really small. Yes! What do you mean? Looks Canadian. Red coats. Hockey goalie outfit, yeah, for sure. But I gotta say the horses are pretty cool. I like the horse part of these outfits. Incredible Riz. Does that intimidate anybody? Like, does anybody take that seriously?
On top of? No. People jumping on top of the artist. Getting labeled a Nazi immediately before even being able to explain. Would make anybody heated. That would make anybody heated.
Base the outfit of what the horse would wear? Oh wait, that's actually a good idea. That's very Uma Musume. Have the little hat that like gold chip wears.
So, I would hope.
Canadian...
But my explanation is more.
What? They do? Canadians are known for not taking prisoners on the battlefield? Bro, we haven't been at war since like the 1800 or some shit. How would we know? And it's probably because they wouldn't survive winter here anyway.
Than enough.
Oh yeah, we were in World War II. Yeah, true. Now I'm talking about the one that we fought in Canada.
And that we move forward with this.
Germans fear the Canadian, that's cap. That's gotta be cap. I don't even
would love
believe this.
Nothing more for that.
No shot. Bro,
Honestly.
you're not... You guys are talking about the Canadian army as if we're the Sardaukars of the world. Oh yeah, we were in Iraq, that's true. But I'm talking about... Okay, I was picturing a war fought on our land, you know, like the English versus the French. I was talking about this war. The Canadian flag is feared around the world. Are you guys gaslighting me? Alright, we're watching a history video next stream on that. They collected war crimes? She doesn't know about the bacon grease bullets. They can't beat our weather, so we don't need to use armies here. And we can do the Russian strat. Just retreat and burn down our cities? No, we're not kidding. You guys are savage in war? What? Fun fact, lots of Canadian troops in World War II were Americans, and that couldn't wait for America to join the war effort, so they immigrated just to join the Canadian Army. Oh yeah, because America joined last? Rima getting many guide live. People around the world shiver at the mention of Putin. Yeah, but not for the same reasons. Canadians are the ones who started the "Don't Take Prisoners" motto because of the Germans provoking them. You guys were terrifying in World War I. People haven't forgotten. More like Canadian actions led to Geneva, really? You guys pulling my leg right now? The 1999 war against the US, blame Canada. Canadians took Vimy Ridge infamously. Okay, I don't know what Vimy Ridge is. I feel like no, we watched that documentary on pig wars. It all started with one guy taking somebody else's pig, no? What? They burned the White House and the Geneva Convention was made because of the war crimes they committed? But the White House is in the States, no? The Geneva Convention is basically Canada did the list? What? Damn! Wait, we're like that character that used to be a warrior in those movies, like the Hound in Game of Thrones, but then we decided to like chill out and grow old. Like those old, like retired samurais or some shit. A small Canadian unit cut off the Falaise Gap, if I recall properly. Really? Thank you for 21 months, Barbara. Maybe I should start paying attention to Canadian history. I've always disregarded it because I was like, oh, it's boring. I care more about Europe. No way. The orcs from Lord of the Rings were an allegory for Canadians. Interesting. You kind of proving the stereotype that VTubers are brain dead? Oh, I've created that stereotype. You're late. Even the Russians had a lot of respect for Canadian because of how they terrorize people. No way! Here I am reading about Napoleonic wars, and I should be reading about Canadian wars. Okay, 1812, the US wanted to manifest destiny up north. Canada responded by burning the White House to a draw? And then they rebuilt it after? Because it's still standing. We had British help though. Our mother country. God save the Queen. Canadians were technically present during the Napoleonic Wars as they were still a British colony. Oh, it's a different White House. Time and time again, we've seen that replying emotionally live doesn't go well. Yeah, I've said it again, like, you know, just collect yourself, write some notes. It's hard not to be emotional, but keep it short and sweet. Say what you have to say, but don't linger over it. White House was in Philadelphia before DC. Why did they name that state after a cheese? Or did they name the cheese after the state? It's kind of like that question about the chicken and the egg, you know? What came first? That's some. I give you food for thought there. That question's gonna keep you up at night. Rage bait. Or here's a thought: don't make a military uniform while the world is like 2 seconds from World War III. What do you mean? Now she's ready. Didn't Canadian troops in World War I exploit German troops by throwing cans of corned beef in trench warfare? When they let down their guard thinking they were being nice, they threw grenades instead? No way, they played the mental game. Yeah, she has all these mascot SS stormtroopers ready to go. She's gonna chuck them at people. She's probably a loser who doesn't go out of bed ready as a newborn baby. Yeah, that person's rage baiting. That person's just rage baiting. No, they burned the White House in DC. We had to rebuild it. Oh, they didn't build the they didn't burn the White House in Philly? That is actually evil as fuck if they threw like corned beef and then switched to grenades. I'm more surprised that people are losing minds over Zen's model. This was one of her original model in the first place. She was General Zentraya for a long. Yes, I know, but people don't know their VTuber history. There's a lot of newcomers, and they're young, so they're mostly political, and they're kind of throwing their 2 cents in, but they're throwing it a bit too hard. It's like hurting people in the process. Yeah, dumb tourist. Yeah, exactly. VTuber culture has never been about politics. Never. In fact, I believe that streaming culture would greatly benefit from just removing all political content entirely. Just go back to what it used to be, gaming and escapism. There's too much like dark stuff going on in the world to get hung up on that when we go online. Like, I go online to escape reality. But now what? Am I gonna be forced to go live my life IRL to escape online because all the IRL problems are going online but exacerbated? It's getting more stressful to be online. Can we just have a space where we can space out altogether? The grenades were inside the can. That is diabolical. Gaming got politics though? Yeah, but that's fine. Like, I don't mind if there's like an umbrella corporation. They're in my video games, or like this fuck, what's the mini enterprise in Final Fantasy? What are they called again? Like, of course they have their own world's politics, but it's not our world's politics. Usually it's a criticism of them. To answer the earlier question, police equals Nazi to some. They're legit anarchists that make this point, and I'm pretty sure Zen is one of them. I don't know if she's an anarchist. I don't think she's said enough of her political opinion for that. But I think I haven't read too much about Anarchy, but I think it's the kind. But I kind of read about it for a bit because I was like fantasizing about becoming a real life pirate for a bit. And like I feel like it works on paper, but it never works in theory. To play the devil's advocate emo, there is legit a problem with the casual idolization of World War II era German style aesthetics in the anime/manga world, even before the internet. But would you say this also applies to BDSM elements and outfits? The actions of one Major David Vivian Curry, dude, that's quite the name, of the Canadian Army South Alberta Regiment effectively sealed the Falaise Gap during the Battle of Normandy. He's got the Victoria. Whoa, he's so cool. Too bad his name wasn't that cool. Oh, but Weeza, thank you so much for the Twitch resub. Let me turn on my music again. A bit of video for Vimry Region members only. Thank you. I mean, I think fashion has always wanted to be kind of provocative, and they borrow aesthetics from a bunch of things, but it's purely from an aesthetic point of view. I don't think it's we got to look for more meaning than you have to. I kind of want to see her hat. Oh, okay, it's this. This doesn't make any Commissar hat a Nazi hat. Fuck, all the websites I'm trying to go on have fucking ads, dude. But there's Commissar hats of every type of military around the world, though. Like, this looks like the Warhammer Commissar hat. Like this? From Star Wars to Gundam. So an onion on my head doesn't make me Turkish? Shondo did have the same hat style, and I believe she got backlash for it too. A commissioner hat's what most uniforms are built off. It's kind of the base. Okay, I don't know who these people that you guys are mentioning in chat are. And a human empire in 40k is basically a fascist regime as well. Again, context. Oh, you're saying it's like fascist inspired? This image? No, I know who DSP is. He's really funny. These, what he has here on his chest, by the way, that's very in right now. I don't know what you call this. But I've seen a lot of runways rocking this again. It's not really. It's not really a fascism thing. It's a reach. Okay. It's a theocracy, the worship of the god emperor. Oh, so it's the same thing as my community. Smile. I mean, look. You can do this as satire too, and it doesn't make you a Nazi. Even if you're trying to wear a dictator uniform. I joke that I'm a dictator too. My title in Discord is democratically elected president in quotes, meaning I wasn't elected. That's called buttons. Shut up. The uniforms in Warhammers are based on so many different cultures that I'd be there all day listing them. Yeah. The Democratic People's Republic of Reem. Just string a bunch of words together. I am creating a Yao army. Yes, I am. I am. Zen made a response to the hate on Twitter. Yeah, she did. But since DSP was mentioned, should we talk about another lolcow named Hassan? As some kind of light topic, real quick. Apparently he did another crash out. Oh, it's kind of in team with Hassan crashes out at a chatter for being too woke. I hate the woke? Wait, he said that? I'm so confused. This is a Taurus Nothing Burger. You're my #1 dictator. Woo! What? I'm not shocked. Is that a pun?
Is so juvenile, it's infuriating.
Why are you telling me Hassan crashed out? Yeah, my bad. It's a waste of words. Because that should just be implied. I should have just said Hassan and then showed you the clip.
It's because I am a white supremacist. I'm moving to the white supremacist town, okay? That's why. I'm a white supremacist. I'm white, okay? I'm white. I'm a white man. I'm a cisgender, heterosexual white man. You got me. You caught me. Okay? You caught me because I want these white enclaves to survive and exist so we can have sundown towns and finally restore the white caliphate. You fucking got me, dude. It starts with the implicit biases. It starts with the blind spots. Despite the fucking tens of thousands of hours poured over.
There's so many buzzwords that he said that I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about. What? Enclave and another one. I was like, what the hell?
Critically examining white supremacy and how it manifests in every orifice of American society. You, Chatter, you caught me! It was actually my privileged blind spot that you identified, and now the mask is slipping.
Oh.
Shut the fuck up!
Wow. Okay, that's a big crash out. That really...
God damn, dude.
That sent him.
You're so fucking stupid.
Wow. Does he do this to farm reactions? Because he does this a lot, and he always gets flamed for it. But I mean, he's kind of like the 2025, like Britney Spears. He's created the Hassan economy. Like, he's feeding so many people with his crash outs. Like, so many. No, he tends to get one guide a lot. Yes. No, I get it. But after his stream, when those clips go viral and stuff, doesn't he look back on his streams and be like, fuck, maybe I shouldn't do that anymore? I keep getting like shit for it. But no, he keeps doing it. So maybe that's his strat. Maybe we're all playing into Hassan's game right now. And he's like 5 steps ahead. I don't know.
What is this like? Are you okay? No, I'm not okay. No, I'm not okay.
I'm sorry, this is funny.
No, of course I'm not fucking okay, dude. I can't even crack jokes at the expense of a bunch of inbred white douchebags that decided to fucking try and build a failed white supremacist enclave in the middle of fucking nowhere where they're in self-exile without a bunch of chatters saying that I'm actually blinded by white supremacist values. How can I be okay? I hate all of you. I hate the woke. I hate woke. I hate the left. I hate the woke. Fuck.
Yeah, maybe. Actually, I quite like Paris Hilton. But yeah, I'm starting to think this is it. Like, this can't be natural. This can't be natural. There's no way. I think he's being sarcastic when he says, I hate the left and I hate the woke. But he does hate some lefties, which is also weird. But yeah, where's Kaya?
We will never achieve anything. We will never build communism, socialism, any sort of progress whatsoever. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen.
The second one told him to get fit? Like, called him fat? Okay, well, I get why the second one got banned then. Yeah, everything that this guy says sounds sarcastic to me. I also can't understand his tone. He gets very angry when his subscribers clap back. He's so easily triggered.
It's not happening anytime soon regardless, but we're not even building even a modest expansion of social safety nets, okay? Because...
No, dude, I hate the buzzwords he's saying. He's so pretentious. He's so pedantic. See, I know big words too, Hassan. But I feel like that's what he does. He's got to flaunt his insane knowledge, but he's not that intelligent. So it just looks off. Imagine Rima getting so upset over the horse. Oh my god, I just got a brilliant idea. We should recreate that clip. Oh my god, I should recreate that clip. But make it about the horse girl accusations. That would go crazy.
Kind of mentality is just cancer at the heart of any kind of fucking coalition building, any kind of movement building. You can't even fucking make a couple jokes without people being like, whoa! It's a privileged blind spot, and now I'm crashing out because I'm
a privileged blind spot. He said privileged blind spot. My mind is fucking blown right now. I bet they use this word every day in his chat too.
I'm a white supremacist, okay? Just get the fucking ball rolling ahead of time. Make some fucking TikToks, chatters. It's time. Let's go!
Hassan is ulting right now! He's ulting! Careful, careful!
Hassan, consistently dropping the ball on black issues. He needs to stop talking about black issues. It's just like you're centering your entire worldview around being a fucking smarmy douchebag. Who the fuck? What the fuck are you doing?
No jokes allowed in chat.
We're getting to a goddamn point where if people want to fucking be white supremacists, they can openly say it. You won't achieve shit because you're not an organization. You have no idea about movement building. You've clearly never been a part of movement. You, whatever movement you're a part of, you are destroying, okay? Whatever fucking movement you have actually been a part of, you are actively undermining and destroying. You literally are born with a copy of the fucking CIA disruption manual. You, chatter. You. I am not a movement, exactly. But even though I'm not a movement and an entertainer nonetheless, you still treat this as though it is yet another opportunity for COINTELPRO. And it's not that you're getting paid by the fucking CIA. You're just doing it for fun because you're a fucking moron. You're a fucking moronic dipshit. Every single thing must be designed according to your own personal values. That's it. You're selfish. You're stupid. And even when something is irrelevant and unproductive and utterly for entertainment purposes, you can't fucking stop yourself. You have no charity. You have no grace. You're just a fucking narcissistic loser. Okay? And you behave like a little federal agent for free. You're catastrophizing. You really have no clue you're crashing out for a place of sensitivity. I'm not. I'm crashing out because I can't fucking stand.
I like that he called him a federal agent. I don't. That's funny that this is an insult.
Losers like you. Okay? I can't.
Bro, this is like you're playing a team game and you've got an AoE ult that could kill 4 people together with a good setup, but you decided to ult on a single person because they pissed you off.
Stand it. And guess what? No one can. No one can stand you. No one. You need to really stop behaving like this. Fuck, man. Oh. The problem is, you think
he's still
you're doing
going.
progressive
Wow.
politics, when in fact, what you are doing is being a fucking annoying woke scold. Your own personal inability to understand context, nuance.
Oh,
whether
no, he's not being sarcastic about the woke stuff. He actually think they're too woke. No, he's serious. I thought he was being sarcastic, but he's serious. Basically, don't trust Canadians with explosive. About half the Geneva Convention about treating combatants and prisoners is Canada's fault. The half about civilians is Germany's fault. Shit, maybe that's why we're not allowed guns in here after all. It'd be a disaster. We can't be trusted with weapons. We actually can't be trusted.
someone is actually joking or not, is not actually doing praxis. You're not doing praxis. You're posting in a fucking Twitch chat. You goddamn loser. Shut the fuck up. You are so unimaginably insufferable.
Wait.
You are not actually doing praxis right now. Please understand this.
Praxis? What?
Remember, this all started because you had to argue that sundown towns are cool. You are a mentally deficient, absolute moron. If you think I said sundown towns are cool, that is not a thing that I said. I actually never said that. You have to make up what I said in order to justify your worldview, in order to justify your smarmy, annoying, narcissistic tendencies. This is what I mean. Stop. Stop masquerading as though there is a real point of contention that you're advocating for here. There is none. You just want to be heard because you're a fucking loser and no one cares about your opinion. Okay?
I like the way Hassan debates. He just throws a bunch of words together that don't mean anything. Well, Chatino Argentino. Oh my god! Thank you so much for the precious squad. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the sub. That was low tier god crash out. Total projection. Wait, correct me if I'm wrong. He's criticizing the other guy for... Okay, I don't even remember what I wanted to say because he said too many things that I wanted to point out. But he's criticizing the other guy for, like, undermining their movements. But wasn't he the one that told people not to vote for Kamala during the elections in his own country? When he's in that political sphere? So he was undermining his own movement. Well, yeah, so shut the fuck up, Hassan, you hypocritical dipshit.
That's why you're doing this. I hate the tendency of the left to make it seem as though as long as they use academic language and emancipatory language, they can just be a fucking woke
You just did that! That's you! By the way, Rima, you could say Yahtzee aesthetics are popular in anime/manga as symbols of the villains, not the heroes you're supposed to root for. Yeah, I see that. So in that sense, it would be more of a, criticism, maybe. The American political left isn't left enough for his brand of leftist, Rima. Yeah, but he's saying this guy isn't left. No, but he's... Wait. I'm connecting the dots right now. I'm buffering, but he's saying that the guy he's crashing out on is too left. So which one is it? Where is Hassan? I think Hassan himself doesn't know that.
Old boring loser who just everyone has to pay attention to. And the other problem is there are plenty of people that are gonna fucking hear this shit and go, you know what? Was that person a black person? Was that person a brown person? Maybe they do actually have a real serious issue with what Hassan is saying. No, you're just being fucking insufferable and also incredibly cynical. And not only are you being insufferable and incredibly cynical, you're also lying about my positions now. If you have to justify your worldview or what you did just now by lying about what I'm saying, after spending years in this fucking community, then maybe you should really reconsider how you approach the subject matter. Why? Why do you feel the need to do this?
He's criticizing people for being ineffective activists, even though all he does is ramble online to fuckwiz instead of doing work in the community to help people. No. Hassan believes he's doing God's work. Okay? What he's doing is very important. But wait, there's more. Oh my god, this is not it.
One, because your blood pressure is at insane levels right now. Just stop being fucking weird. Stop being annoying. The reason why I pop off like this is because it literally, it's the most annoying tendency. It's the most annoying tendency that people have. It's so frustrating. Holy fuck.
Cortisol spike! Somebody typed in chat!
It's just, this is the one aspect that the right unironically nails when they say, oh, this is just like virtue signaling. Because that's what it is. This is not even like, you don't genuinely believe this. You don't genuinely believe this is my position. Because if you did, then you're a fucking moron, right? Like if you spent years and years in the community of someone who is justifying sundown towns because they think it's cool, then you have to be a fucking moron. So which one is it? Are you mentally deficient? Or are you being cynical here for the purpose of winning an argument?
I think I see a little bit of shimmer on his forehead. He's sweating.
And then here come every single person that will turn around and in the least charitable way go, you didn't say you like sundown towns. You said, let these fucking mentally ill white supremacist losers self-exile. Because that's what I said. But you're not going to actually say that. You're going to say, Hassan, you justified the existence of whites-only towns. Okay? That's what you're going to say. That's your misunderstanding. And I totally understand if someone has never encountered my commentary before and maybe they misunderstand my position. But if you're in this community, you don't have to masturbate to a deliberate misunderstanding, okay? It's just so frustrating. I hate having to deal with, you said you like pancakes, you must hate waffles as the primary fixture of people's politics on a daily fucking basis.
Okay, maybe to the people that thought that Zen's response was too emotional, we should send them that clip. That's an emotional response, holy.
Because that's all this is. That's all this is. You're not doing politics. You're not doing praxis. You will never understand the point I'm trying to make because being insufferable is your politics, by the way. Me. I'm being insufferable. Pay attention to me. I'm using academic language. I'm using emancipatory language. You have to listen to me. I'm going to tell you right now that you're actually hurting my feelings, but you're not hurting my white feelings. You're hurting my feelings as someone of insert marginalized identity. That this way, other people who will encounter this conversation later down the line, because I have a million different fucking hate.
Okay, I just looked up emancipatory language. Emancipatory language is language that challenges power structures to promote greater freedom and respect for all people. It involves using language in a way that empowers individuals and groups, especially those who are marginalized, by enabling them to critically analyze their world, express their own experiences, and challenge restrictive norms. This concept is central to critical pedagogy, where education is viewed as a tool for liberation rather than simply transmitting knowledge. Ah, I'm learning stuff. That's we're gonna press play. I need somebody to just be there and translate all the political buzzwords that he's telling me. Like
who are clipping right now, salivating at the prospect of this conversation taking place, are going to use the most negative framing to cut 1,000 other fucking arguments about, oh, Hassan is a white supremacist. He snapped now. Okay? Oh, gotcha. Politics is boring. No, politics is not boring. You can make politics fun. Okay? You can make it fun. I try to all the time, in spite of the fucking best attempts of the most smarmy, annoying fucking douchebag losers on the goddamn planet. Oh,
I don't know. I think this is pretty fun. I think this is pretty funny, actually.
Refresh their logs. They have, yeah, I know. False dichotomies. I can see this is a sore point for you, bro. I just sound like that. Haha, I don't have to try. The victim complex is so wild. I'm not a victim, dumbass. I'm not. You are. And you're also self-victimizing. And you're also just fucking a nuisance. I'm not saying I'm a victim. I'm not a fucking victim at all. I'm a profoundly privileged person who at the very least tries to use their privilege to fucking reach a broader audience and try to change their minds in spite of your fucking shitty best attempts to try to gatekeep any kind of fucking progressive movement from happening. Because you're a fucking loser who is a hipster with their politics. Don't ever come in here and say this is life or death for me and you don't take this shit seriously. Because if this was life or death for you, you would probably not behave like this.
Wow, he filled back his alt bar so quick towards the end, and then he alted again. I'm so impressed by the level of energy he's displayed throughout these 12 minutes. That was kind of impressive how fast he spoke the entire time. Wow. There's a don't compromise on your dog's safety. Hello Color provides protection you can trust. That's so funny. Interesting. Hassan going full meltdown mode over someone being too woke is wild. He's just letting the mask slip and admitting all he ever cared about was attacking the West for supporting Israel. Money and fame. All he cared about was money and fame. Yeah, I think it's mostly that. And attention. I think he's the kind of person that really cares about attention. The targeted ads has gone too far. Shock, shock. Almost 12 minutes of Hassan. Yeah, no thank you. It's crazy. It takes him 12 minutes of incoherent rambling to make a point you could make in... Yes, I've said that before in 1-2 minutes. And this guy thinks he's the spearhead of left-wing politics in the USA. He truly believes that, by the way. Like, he truly believes that he's doing some great thing. But then when he's confronted about facts and opinions, and he's just like, oh, well, I'm stupid. I'm just a YouTuber. So he kind of just plays... He plays both cards. Yeah, recharge all target, same dude, still didn't hit. Literally the clip that I think begun the Hassan versus Destiny feud, when Casey Tron points out in the panel that we should just have Destiny explain things instead of Hassan because he makes the point much quicker. Yeah, I think the debaters that I find are intelligent, they remain very calm when they're debating people, and they use words very precisely. And how precisely you use words is important because every single word means something different. Even if they mean similar things, they have very small nuances that differentiate them from each other. Okay, I watched it and it's the most entertaining clip of Hassan I've ever seen. I'm not even joking. Bro, this is where I'm at. I agree with this guy too. This is the most entertaining clip of Hassan I've ever seen. Like, he was so funny there. He was so funny there. This clip is going into the Hall of Fame of like memeable moments. It's going next to Please, My Mom is Homeless. The whole thing looks and sounds like he's looking in his mirror, screaming, scolding, and mocking himself like a lunatic. It's honestly a must-watch. 10/10 short film. Yes! 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 He should sell voice packs. He should sell voice packs. Hassan roasts you for 10 minutes. It would sell out. I've never seen him like this. He's actually raging like a rabid creature. His max gated mic is dude, I love when the mic peaks too. Bring back Xbox quality levels of mic. Different, like 10 times, different times. You feel like you're on Tyler 1 stream. That's also what I was thinking! Yes, yes. But Tyler 1 was even funnier. The irony of not realizing he's actually describing himself the whole time while looking like an unaware raging emote. Fantastic. Absolute cinema. The thing he said are legit. It's not incoherent. The problem, well, the way he said it was kind of incoherent because he's stringing all these insults and buzzwords. But I get what he was saying. Yeah, it's just really funny that he's the one saying it. Not gonna lie, I just realized I watched 12 minutes of Hassan, yet enjoyed it. With popcorn, of course. So he is white again? Hassan is a race chameleon, switching ethnicity to what suits his argument. How can that be the case? I think Hassan's race complex because Europeans do not accept Turks as white played a major part in his hatred for white countries. Bruised nationalist ego. Hates white countries, yet still lives in one. But he could live anywhere in the world. Hassan hyper-focus on that shit is simply a way to deny or ignore Turkey's imperialistic past and present. He acts and has explicitly said as if being born in the Middle East makes him part of an oppressed people when Turkey has been the biggest perpetrator of that oppression. This is like saying that being born Hispanic makes you aware of oppression and discrimination, while ignoring the fact that you are a Spaniard, just in case I'm saying this as a Spaniard. The difference is that Spain is not continuously trying to impose itself in Latin America through direct violence and proxy forces anymore, like Turkey is doing in the Middle East. Just like when him being triggered when people call him fat. Well, he's not fat. Call Dave Chappelle, we need another draft. I don't get this joke. And I feel like I've watched a lot of Dave Chappelle. I feel like I should get it. Interesting how he slips in real criticism about him while obviously absurd shit as a way to try to discredit it all. Oh, the Hassan system. H. Hide. Ignore critics' content to obscure their argument. A. Alter. Drastically misrepresent the opposing view. He does that so much. He does that so much. That's one of his favorite tactics. Strawman, attacked the misrepresentation by grouping critics with deplorables. Yeah, he's like, oh, you're transphobic, you're a Nazi, blah, blah, blah. Avoid. Debate only weaker opponents, never the original person. He also does that a lot. He never goes out of his comfort zone like other political streamers that sometimes debate opposing factions. He just sticks to opponents he believes he can beat, and then pats his shoulder about it. Name call, label frustrated opposition as crazy or obsessed to discredit them. Yeah, or if somebody does a criticism of him and he wants to react to it, he never reacts to the original content. He'll react to somebody, he'll react to one of his orbiters that's reacting to it so he can watch it through the pro Hassan lens. Is so funny. Please look up Dave Chappelle's race drafts kit. All right. Is it old? Oh my god, there's a lot of reactions to it. Is it called the world's first racial draft Chappelle show? Oh, that's only from a year ago. It's Comedy Central, so I might get DMCA'd. Fuck, man. I kind of want to watch it. I just don't like when they block the video. I don't care about losing the monetization. Dude, fuck Comedy Central. I'm gonna watch it, though. Hold up.
The first and maybe only racial draft here in New York City. Folks, this is for all the marbles. What
I've never seen this.
The racial standing of these Americans once and for all.
That's right. And the crowd is here to support their races.
Well, Rob, some of the biggest names in sports and in entertainment are on the line tonight. And I'm excited to see who's going to be drafted by which race. Seated behind me on the stage there are the various representatives, and believe it or not, the blacks have actually won the first pick.
Wow, that's the first lottery a black person's won in a long time, Billy.
Yes, and they'll probably still complain.
Man, you. Well, the black representative is heading to the microphone now. Why don't we take a listen?
We in black delegation. Shoot, Tiger Woods.
I've never seen this.
No surprises there, fellas. The richest and most dominant athlete in the world. His father, black. His mother, Thai. Well, it doesn't matter anymore because now he is officially black. Dave, the Asians have got to be upset.
There's no question about that, but you gotta think about it. He's been discriminated against in his time. He's had death threats, and he dates a white woman. Sounds like a black guy to me. Tiger's taking the stage now, and if you ask me,
I'd like to say it's a tremendous opportunity for me. Finally be part of a race, have a home. Been so confused by...
Dude, the headline!
So many things.
Tiger Woods now 100% black. Oh
Hello,
my
fried
god.
Rice, hello, fried chicken. I love you guys.
No! No!
I always wanted to say this.
Oh, he's back.
For shizzle.
well, it seems as though Tiger Woods is happy to be black, and that's a good thing. Because I just received word that he lost all his endorsements. Ooh, that's a tough one. All of them. Amex, Tag, Heuer, Wheaties, the whole shebang-a-bang. Tough break, it's always frugal.
All right, coming up now are the Jews. Many have speculated about their pick. I'm guessing they're going to pick Madonna and finish off the job Kabbalah started.
Yes, well, Rob, she was born and raised Catholic, then she became a whore, but over the last decade, she has studied the Kabbalah.
Oh my god, is this comedian? He's in there! He's in this! Dude, they're all such good actors.
And she even wrote a Kabbalah's children's book.
Oh, here come the Jews. Why don't we take a look downstairs?
No way, guys.
Today, we, the Jewish people, take Lenny Kravitz.
Wow.
No, I'm getting a message on stream. Heads up, we're detecting a video on your stream belonging to someone else. Your stream may be temporarily blocked. If you plan to continue, please ensure that the content owner has added your channel to their show list. No, please. No! Scatter. Scatter, everybody. Can we stop it? They're triangulating my location as we speak. That sucks. I don't know what causes DMCA. Is it audio or video? Man. I'll watch it later. You know, there's another channel that does really good skits that we should watch some clips from the other day. Another day, maybe. Do we want to go through this AI tracing Google Dockey? It's 50 pages long. But it's gotta be perhaps the cleanest Google Doc I've seen in a very long time. A lot of it is just images, so it's not that many words. It's kind of both. I think it's like some AI generation and some tracing, but the thing is the artist is like very, very popular. No, I haven't seen Mujin's Google Doc. It is really the cleanest Google Doc I've ever seen. Like, it's fire. Oh, I think it won't take too long to get through it. We can watch it. We can read it. Wait, the images are spicy? Wait. Are you sure? Oh. Oh. They made it so I can't copy the doc. I think I just gotta skip around that one girl that's like in a bikini and we should be fine. Yeah, I know people go around this issue by doing a PDF file. All right. Best viewed on PC, blah, blah, blah. There's a big issue at the moment of artists tracing over AI while charging hundreds of dollars for commission in platforms like VGen. This doc is regarding Asami Arts. I kind of want to check out their Twitter account. Almost 100k followers, Asami-chan. Are they being community noticed? Doesn't matter if the OG explicitly said a thing or not. Asami is doing commissions on VGen, leading the scams, not disclosing his use of AI. Okay, let's see. So, large artist. It's meant to inform commissioners about ongoing tracer issues. I don't like making docs like this. I don't like accusing people of AI. I hate scripted. Okay, they always have that fucking disclaimer in Google Docs, but at the moment, SME Arts is taking $120 commissions through VGen while blocking anyone who asks if they use AI. On the other side, it's very frustrating to have people constantly doubting your artistic skills, especially when it leads to unnecessary insult or harassment. That's true. In this talk, I'll show you why I believe the odds of SME Arts tracing over AI are extremely high, Generally, there is always a pattern when people do this, and the behavior these tracers exhibit always ends up being very similar. Some AI account red flags. The Twitter X art account is very new, most joined after 2021, and there's no other socials associated with that username or similar. This is not the case with Asami Arts, as Asami Arts joined August 2024, but they had a previous account with the username drawing Asami, joined 2022, that was suspended. Art is constantly deleted when someone points out there are AI elements or comments mentioning AI are ignored and hidden. There are multiple sudden changes in art style in a short amount of time. Please note, it is completely normal for artists to study, experiment, to draw in different style, but in cases like this, it's kind of drastic and there's no prior practice leading to the change. One day, there's a drastic shift and they have a different style from an existing artist. In the Asami Arts case, it combines both of the previous point. A lot of their previous art has been deleted because they suddenly switch art styles from popular Japanese artists who have an AI model trained with their art without their consent. Oh, okay. I'll elaborate more on this later. Their current Twitter media tab is all art that resembles famous JP artist Ixi, and they have deleted all the art that resembles Pote. Okay, so they've been deleting a lot of arts. Sudden jump in art skill. For example, an amateur digital artist suddenly mastering anatomy and color theory within a few months. You can't observe this simply by looking at the Sami's Chance Media tab because they have deleted most of their old art from Twitter and Pixiv. But I'll be showing you their previous art before the current Ixi style. I have to mention, in a lot of these cases, the person tracing will still struggle with line art because you can trace the anatomy and copy the colors and shading of an AI picture. But the AI will not magically improve your lack of experience doing line work. Unfortunately, this point doesn't apply when the image is being traced by a veteran artist because professionals will have good line work control already. Refusing to provide proof, deflecting, ignoring people. Once it becomes too overwhelming, tracers provide a small amount of evidence that ends up raising more questions, and most of the time they also delete that evidence. Proving that you aren't tracing is really simple if you're not tracing AI. This person was invited to draw together in a browser-based Canvas website, but their response was that they don't have to prove themselves to anyone or convince anyone. The website in question, being magma.com, is a site similar to iScribble or Drawpile, but online. This is a simple, free way to show everyone you're not tracing. Time-lapse inconsistencies. The time-lapse below are from Clip Studio Point. CSP allows you to export time lapses in 15, 30, 60 seconds length and a full length. I converted original MP4 files that were posted on Twitter to GIF format so that you can view it here. And the time lapse that Asami Arts posted were 30 seconds long, and the GIF version is also 30 seconds long. The line art magically being drawn with no sketch in the background. This is how CSP time-lapses work. You have to manually press the record time-lapse button, then the program will begin recording all the strokes and undos you make in every layer. Sometimes artists forget to press the record button, so the time-lapse won't show them working on the sketch, but it will still show the sketch at a low opacity when they are lining. This means Asami is lining without a sketch to guide her, without corrections, perfectly placing every line with no hesitation. Note how she doesn't even bother drawing Kali's right time-lapse, whole face first, then erasing the chin area that will be covered. Oh, I see what they mean. Because usually you put the face here, and then you do the body on top, and then you might draw on the chin or color over it. You should know that Clip Studio allows you to make a private line work layer that will not be shown in the time lapse. I've included so they would be hiding the thing they're tracing. I've included the source links and original upload timestamps for Asami timelapse, but as of October 9, both timelapses were deleted from her account. Below I will show some timelapses GIF from AI tracers. and a Twitter user who traced an AI image to prove that it's possible to fake a time-lapse in CSP. These time-lapses are very similar to Asami's, where there's no adjustment and the line work is drawn perfectly. Okay, well, this one, yeah, I see it. This one looks like it has a sketch. The time-lapse live was posted by a Twitter user to show you can trace over AI with CSP. I won't show in the recording. Clip Studio time-lapse is kind of meaningless because you can drag layers around. This isn't me saying anything to the person who uploaded the drawing, just letting everyone know that this kind of feature exists. I just grabbed some random AI drawing from Pinterest and traced it. Yeah, so far it's circumstantial. I'm afraid I won't share time-lapse from real artists, as I don't want to get more people involved in a document like this. Check Misui's doc for my own time-lapse, or look up other real artist speed paint online. I'll assume that readers have seen other art time-lapses before, so they can tell why the ones above look up. I mean, when I see time-lapses, I see often artists go, like, they'll flip the image back and, like, they'll mirror it a lot, whether they're working on the right side or the left side. They'll move some lines around, they'll adjust things. Sometimes they'll liquefy some lines to move them to, or they'll erase them. And in their case, it seems like it just, like, all plays down perfectly. There's no standard time-lapse process, as all artists work differently. On October 7, when I QRT'd Callie's time-lapse commenting about it being traced from AI, Asami Arts immediately blocked me. On October 8, she posted a new time-lapse, then deleted the 2 old time-lapses on October 9. Both deleted time-lapses have been in her media tab since April 2025 before that. What did Asami have to say about this? She was contacted via VGen regarding proof of her art not being traced over AI during October 8. There are a few time-lapses, videos, and whips on my own account, and new ones are coming. I saw the Mume ones, but I didn't see the sketches, the lines. I don't know how it works, though. When questioned about how she managed to do a line art without a sketch, this was her reply. Practicing with beautiful lines after, without sketch, and thick outlines would make you proud to do it yourself, but people tend to misunderstand. I posted a new video. I hope it answers your question. This is the direct reply to the purple message above. Okay. I thought for a second that maybe English wasn't her native. Me too, this sounds like an ESL answer. And that's why she typed it that way, but the other messages are not written in the same vague style. It's basically a non-answer. As she mentioned in the first message, she posted a new time-lapse during October 8. Before I elaborate on the third time-lapse, let me finish this exchange that happened on VGen. I keep forgetting to record these, and where here it is. She took a picture, and this is her time-lapse. Just to be clear, let me know if I understood properly. The Clip Studio time-lapse without a sketch is because you have 8 years of experience, so being able to do line art without a sketch, a professional skill you developed, amazing. Yes, that's right. Actually, I erase and redo my drawings many times, but Clip Studio only records the video from where you last left off to speed up the drawing process. Many artists do that. And as I said, my computer is problematic. I don't even know how to access the old PSDs and drawings. Unfortunately, I lost my drawings from 2017 onwards. As you can imagine, a lot of time has passed. Asami is claiming that here that she erases and redoes her drawing many times, but Clip Studio only records the video from where you last left off to speed up the drawing process. This is not true. After you press the record time-lapse button, the only thing you can do is either export it or press the record time-lapse button again to stop recording, and CSP will show you this warning if you try to do that. Now let me elaborate. On the third time-lapse she has posted on Twitter, this is no longer a Clip Studio time-lapse, this is a Procreate time-lapse. Procreate is a popular iPad drawing app which includes a time-lapse export feature just like CSP. However, Procreate is known for having a feature where you can easily hide entire layers from showing in your time-lapse. With CSP, you can only hide line arts or binary images. Sadly, because of that, I do not consider a Procreate time-lapse to be solid evidence in a case like this. Okay, so this is a Procreate time-lapse, and the person who's writing the Google Doc is like, this is not good evidence because she could have had that AI image in the background and just hide the layer. I use CSP and I can say that the time-lapse records everything from the time you press record until you export. Okay. And even if you erase back and forth, it's gonna record that, right? I'm sorry, but I cannot take this as proof that Azami isn't tracing because it was recorded in Procreate. She also provided a photo of the layers, but you can delete the traced image layer after you're done tracing. And again, a day after posting this time-lapse on Twitter, she deleted the 2 previous ones. I don't want to be nitpicky, but even in this new Procreate time-lapse, she never goes back to erase, adjust, or correct anything while sketching, lining, or shading. I believe showing layers is only solid proof for an artwork that seems to be generated with AI, but it's different when it's someone tracing over AI. Clearly the image is Gen AI, then the artist won't have layers to show, or they will claim that they drew everything in one layer, but I believe Azami is tracing, not posting Gen AI. However, there are some previous artworks I believe were generated with AI, not traced. So, the way this person uses fonts and colors in the doc is it's visually easy to read. So what would someone do in a situation like this, where the time-lapse are weird and you're still being accused of tracing AI? How do you prove your art is legit? On October 10, it was forwarded that I'd be willing to draw with Azami on magma.com in real time. Magma, previously known as Agi, is basically a browser-based drawing app. It functions exactly like any other art program. If she isn't tracing, then she would have no problem drawing with another artist at the same time. However, it's understandable to be uncomfortable if it's a random person. Her reply to the purple message to... Well, what does it have to be with another artist? Can't it just be her solo? Would you be okay drawing on a shared canvas at the same time with another artist using an online canvas website like magma.com? I believe this should clear up some of people's concern because you will be drawing along someone else. The website works perfectly on iPad and you can set the time and date. I don't need to keep proving myself over and over again because of what people say about me. I won't take part in the witch hunts or hate culture that starts when people put themselves above others. The internet is a free place. You're free to believe whatever you want. If my previous time-lapses didn't convince you, nothing I do now will, and honestly, I don't have to convince anyone. Throwing accusations online demanding proof is just ridiculous. You'd probably say, see, no reply, it must be AI. If I didn't respond, and if I blocked you, you'd say the same. But no one owes people like that any explanation. You don't have to commission me or follow me. You might not owe me anything, but you do owe your current clients the right to know what they're truly paying. No one has to commission you, but the people who are commissioning you are doing it because they expect to receive an illustration that was drawn by you with your own skills and not something you generated and traced it over. Just like last time, this isn't even specifically about AI art. Tracing and plagiarizing has always been a thing in the art community. AI has just made this issue way more common because it's easy to just generate an image and delete it once you're done tracing. Then the evidence is gone forever. But in the old-fashioned way, if you're tracing an existing artwork from another artist, the original source can be found online eventually. One day before I saw Asami's reply, someone I know reached out to another artist because they seemed to be tracing over AI as well. It's best to clear up misunderstanding about AI in private, but this was the reply that the person I know received, which reads very similar to Asami's. It also mentions drawing in Magma. If you're interested, I can host a Magma board pretty much any day at any time. And this is a person from the other artist that uses AI. With all due respect, I've shared my PSD and I've also explained my workflow in good faith. After sharing the same file with other artist friends, they've all agreed in unison that it's more than enough proof to demonstrate that my work is my own for someone who's acting in good faith. Dude, this is really tough because there's a lot of artists that are being accused of AI needlessly. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. I do not think less of you just because of what you think of me, but you have to understand I really don't feel comfortable continuing this conversation anymore or doing a live drawing session with you. I really wish you the best, but I would like to step away from this convo now. I don't expect you to agree with me, but I will block you now. For the record, I also believe that person is most likely tracing, but unlike Azami, they're not taking commissions, and this doc isn't about them. However, the similarities are there, and I found the timing to be astonishing. Most of the time, AI Tracer will immediately deflect or become hostile when people start pointing out the issues and inconsistencies with their art. The screenshots on the right is from Fome Mizu replying to someone on Twitter DMs after people question if they're using AI. So was that person using tracing? Refusing to provide evidence when questioned. Azami's current media tab is missing a lot of her art since the posts have been deleted. That's probably the biggest red flag. Most of the time, because people pointed out AI inconsistency, her previous account drawing Azami was suspended. I don't know the reason for the suspension, but even back then, in 2024, people were suspicious of her using AI. Okay, but you don't get suspended off Twitter for using AI. Why not post it right away? It took a good hour arguing when it took time to just throw in the screenshots and be done with it. It would have saved you a lot of time though. One reply instead of 10. As for the basic, look, I disagree. It shows much more work and effort in putting the illustration for all those groups and layers. My suspicions come from the fact that they saw Icky's art and somehow thought the hair going over the pin, part of the actual pin. It is hard to explain. Also, they blocked me anyway. All I asked was where Ami's monocle hairpin was and expressed doubt over the Mume art. It's just, why would they seem so aggressively defensive? Why an entirely new piece just within days when I know art takes a while to make? It's entirely possible. This is a misunderstanding, but the fact that they're charging for word rhymes with omissions, that's sus. Oh, for commissions, okay. The comments on the left are talking about this artwork Azami had posted in her previous account, May 2024. Notice how different the art style is compared to her current style. I'll talk more about that later. I was not able to recover any of her replies as the account was suspended. One of the reasons I'm so unsure is that racking any proper screenshots from SAI, like the one I sent, takes literally less than a minute and works as a great proof. Why not save herself time and send one of those instead of sending links and arguing? AI errors in the art. Yeah, but if she's tracing, or these are generated. I try not to be nitpicky about errors in art because human errors are a thing too, and I've seen people accuse others of AI because of mistakes in their art that can be attributed to human error. But I've also seen some art being accused of being AI, and it wasn't AI finally. It was just human error. It only becomes so evident when these mistakes happen on almost every single image, to the point of all of them have at least one issue. In fact, there are so many things to point out on every artwork that it would take too many pages, so I'll point out the most blatant ones only. Oh, thank God for that. Okay. I'm still not good at drawing weapons, so sorry if there are any weird parts. I looked at the reference and tried drawing something like it. Oh, is the hole not... The hole's on the wrong side, right? What's with the barrel of the gun? What do you mean? Yeah, that's AI for sure. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is a similar gun. Wait, if you looked at a reference, how come it's all upside down? I'm not an expert at drawing guns, so when I draw them, I use tons of reference or 3D models, but it's just humanly not possible to make a mistake like this if you even bother to look up a single handgun on Google Image. True. I don't want to ramble about this, but I simply can't imagine looking up references for a gun and then placing the muzzle on the rear of the gun. Yes! Oh, that's called the muzzle, the hole in the gun? That's crazy. And ignoring the lack of proper finger placement. Oh, I didn't notice the fingers. There are thousands of images and 3D models of handguns online. If you Google handgun ref, you'll draw an existing gun like the M1911 or a Glock. You can skip this page. Just want to emphasize how ridiculous this error is. And this is what I mean when I say AIs do not care about details or are unaware of their mistakes. You really saw the muzzle in the back and didn't think for a second that this guy is gonna shoot himself. LOL! Note that Azami's post explaining why the gun looks the way it does wasn't posted right after she uploaded the artwork on April 24. It was posted after the comments on the left where they pointed out same issues. Also, why is there a hole in the back of the gun? Why is the barrel on the back? I'm still not good at drawing weapons. Okay. Yeah, she definitely lied about that. Okay, wait. I think this is the one image I gotta skip. It is censored, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I can show this. Oh, I can copy the image. Basically, they're saying that the top part of that Raora sweater is not connected to anything. And there's a few... Wait, what are you saying here? That part doesn't connect to anything. And there's a random string connected to the underwear. But you could say it's just a fashion design element. I don't know what the other two green circles are for. And this is lapless. They're... Okay, this one we can show. This is lapless image. There are hair pieces that are not connected to the main hair. Oh. Okay, yeah, that is odd. This one makes sense, no? There are so many things that are wrong in this pic that leads me to believe it was generated instead of trace. The hair is so disconnected and just lacks coherence everywhere. However, it is too JPEG artifacted for me to be able to tell if it was generated or not. What does she mean by JPEG artifacted? You will notice a lot of these issues will be hair errors. When the person who is tracing has no idea how hair strands work and is tracing over random AI hair chunks, this is what happens. Looping or disjointed hair strands. Well, like this. This one, I don't get what's wrong with this one. Oh, JPEG artifacts due to the image compression because it's too small. Hair would be in one full stroke. Oh, it's because there's a gap in the stroke here. Here. James, welcome to the cute squad. Okay, so it's too small and compressed. Got it, got it. Here the hair loops back, and I guess here too. But that could be just the stuff. Oh no, I see it! I see it! The hair does loop back. I totally missed it. I see it, chat. Okay, it took me a while. My bad. Okay, these are fairly obvious. Rora, double tail, Azuna errors. Rora either has two tails here, or the tail loops around and becomes thicker, or it bends to break around. For Azuna, I suspect the image might be generated, not traced. Shadows do not match the shadow source or have different hues. Hair chunks are not coherent. Her ribbon has 3 bows coming out of it instead of 2. I only see 1. Oh, I see. Okay, she means this. She means these 3 stands. Got it. Strap going under the shoulder instead of top. Oh yeah, that does not make sense. Ina's hair chunk, you could argue that her hair is wet though. Yeah. AI users ignore critical character design elements. Rare art, major design inconsistencies. Let's zoom this in. What I have noticed when people are tracing is that most fan arts they post has a character wearing simple casual clothes like gym clothes, plain dresses, swimsuits, etc. When they post fan arts where the character is wearing their official base outfit, design elements are wrong or do not match the official references. I find it very hard to believe these are human errors. For example, only using a low-quality reference or having to interpret details yourself because the character you're drawing doesn't have a reference sheet available. Aurora has a very detailed ref sheet available online and plenty of fan art to correct accessory shape. There's also AI elements across the image. But isn't that exactly her glasses? It's got the little kitty ears and the fangs. Oh, okay. The necklace is wrong, though. Etc. No, the fangs curve the opposite way. Oh, you're right. Good eye. And I guess this looks like cat ears and it needs to be just... I don't know how to explain it. It's more like how you draw a diamond, you know? It's outward. Kanata. Oh boy, there's a lot of red on that image. One could argue about the artistic liberties an artist can take while drawing an official outfit. Maybe the switch from pantyhose to ties was because the artist specifically wanted to show the underwear. However, there's too many elements that are also missing. Oh yeah, the ones in her hair, the hair clips should have been there. The little design on her colors. There's 3 stars here instead of 2. The design on her skirts are missing. That would have taken 2 seconds for the artist to draw too. Yeah. Sakuna art, design and consistency. In Sakuna's case, the side bangs are a completely different shape, which is something AI tracers tend to ignore sometimes. I was not able to find a reference of her live 2D model. I think she's changing her model, by the way. But you can see her model in her YouTube channel. She has such a cute model. They go inward. Oh, this is the main design. Is it? This is her AI generated one, I guess. Yeah, the side bangs look shorter and choppier, I guess? The little things, okay, the hair clips are different than the original ones too. I don't know what the blue here is. And the little flap Well, that could just be because she's a chibi. But yeah, the hair clip is different. And she's got a... It's somewhat similar, but it's like kind of scuffed. Hi, Altool! The next example about a character not matching their official design will lead into my next point of AI that is trained with popular artists' work, emulating their style very accurately. In order to present that, I will quickly explain some info regarding AI models. Have you noticed how during 2022 AI struggled to figure out characters' outfit and blending them together, but recently they're able to match character design more accurately? This is thanks to LoRa's. Basically, the LoRa is a smaller model that is trained with very specific data that helps fine-tune details in other larger models. This isn't just done for character costumes, but also things like hands, poses, and most importantly in this case, specific art styles. Saba pre-debut artwork design and consistencies. On June 28, 2025, the VTuber Samiko Saba debuted. Let's just say Saba's debut was highly anticipated by a lot of people. Tons of artists were eager to see her design and draw fanarts of her. A few days before her debut, Saba started posting some teasers that showed some parts of her design, so fans were uploading their own designs, predictions, started working on fanart before the debut date. The earliest AI LoRa's I can find of Saba were uploaded June 24, 2025, trained with the artworks that were guessing what she would look like. Because of that, the design that was generated by AI with these LoRa's was inaccurate. The June 24, 2025 upload times for LoRa models shown on the right are 5:50 p.m. EST and 6:40 p.m. EST. On June 25, 2025, Asamiya Arts posted a Saba fan art. Keep in mind, at this point, there were only teasers for Saba's design. Everyone was guessing and coming up with their own predictions, so it would not be possible for any fan art to fully match the official design that would be revealed. But the reason I suspect this artwork is traced from AI is not necessarily because the design does not match Saba. As I've pointed out, her full design was not revealed by the time she posted this. Rather, I found it hard to believe this was their own design prediction by June 25, when the following teaser had been posted by Saba during June 15. And what, it's there's a tail, a fish tail. Also, you could see her tail shape and colors clearly, and I guess the tail she posted is one of a shark. On June 22, Saba uploaded a final teaser that showed the back of her head and part of the side profile, along with a silhouette of her body. In this silhouette, her tail shape is very clear too. You can also see she has no blue highlights on her side bangs. Yeah, okay, she only has blue highlights on her pigtails. And she doesn't really have pigtails here. There's a very small probability that I missed these two videos, but I found it hard to believe because the new fan arts being uploaded had the correct tail shape drawn too. More importantly, and going back to the LoRa's, the tail shape is clearly taken from another VTuber, and one of the LoRa uploaders admits as much. I'll give her this person's tail in less. Shark VTuber tail in question. Oh. On June... Dude, it's crazy how good these pictures are. On June 25th, Saba finally debuted and made her reference sheet available. After new fan art started being drawn and uploaded, AI users immediately began scrapping them to make LoRa's with her proper official design. The earliest models that I can find trained with her design that was revealed on June 25 were uploaded on June 28th. On June 30, Asami uploaded the following artwork. Tweet source Danborough repost in case it gets deleted. Okay. Going back to the AI users ignoring design elements, and despite the new updated LoRa for the outfit, once more there are a few things missing or incorrect in the artwork above, such as the tail position and length. The dress does not have a hole in the back. For the tail, it It's meant to be placed underneath. I feel like this is less obvious. Oh, this has a charm. There's a charm here that's supposed to be there. And the boat logo is a little scuffed. This one's a little less strong. Oh, but she's missing the bow on the side. Hi Rima, hey Midnight Rider. I thought I'd put my 2 cents about Xenia. The remarks of her outfit are off color. They're way worse folks than do want to embrace the Yahtzee. Yeah, exactly. For this one, it could just be that the artist has poor attention to details. And back to the Lauras again. Do know that multiple Lauras can be used together. That means you can generate an image with the Saba outfit Laura plus Ixie style Laura together. Who is Ixie, an artist whose illustrations have been used without perms to train multiple AI Lauras, and the style Azami has begun using recently. However, Azami has used multiple styles in the past, all specifically from Japanese artists, who also just happen to have Lauras trained without perms. This will be the focus of my next point. Art style changes are sudden and old art deleted. Oh my god, we're not even halfway through. Azami Arts has changed styles many times and wiped her galleries, both Pixies and Twitter, on multiple occasions. To hide this, we took a screenshot of her Pixiv page on October 7, and while I was typing this during October 11, went to check her Pixiv again. Most of the art was gone again. Wow. On a personal note, I don't find artists deleting art that suspicious unless there are other issues, as someone who used to delete art quite often. The concern begins when the art or evidence such as time-lapse are deleted only shortly after comments start pointing out AI elements. So the current style that they're using is based off Japanese artist Ixie. Their art has been used without permissions to train multiple Lauras, but once more you can combine multiple Lauras together, so it could be possible they're using the Ixie style Laura with another artist style. This is Azami, this is Ixie original. In order to respect Ixie, I'll not be sharing or linking any other of their artwork going forward, but I was not the first person who noticed Ixie's style resemblance in Azami's artwork during this time period. If anything, it's Ixie, right? Similar to Ixie's art. This is an AI trace learned from Mr. Ogipoti and Mr. Ixie. It's just... Oh, these are translated from Japanese users. It just looks like Ikushi-san's, Ixie-san's drawing. How did you practice to get so good at Ixie? Something very important to consider is that the style change needs to happen after an AI model Laura is uploaded online. If the Laura was not available online by the time of the sudden style change, I would not consider it a possibility. Oh, dude, this is smart. This is actually clever. So they wouldn't consider it a possibility for the art to be traced from AI if that model or that style wasn't available on Laura. But I'm also aware anyone can train their own models offline and not share them with anyone. Oh, so they can do private ones. Okay. And well then, that kind of defeats the argument. In Azami's case, and this is an estimate based on Denbru's upload dates, the Ixie style change happened around June 2024. For example, the model to the right was published in August 2024, so I wouldn't consider that it was used at that point in time. However, there are Ixie Lauras dating all the way back to 2023 online, with 2024-2025 producing more accurate generations. The following screenshot is a Laura model re-upload from an AI site, But the original upload is no longer available, so there's also the possibility that it was uploaded online much earlier. Some of the artworks uploaded more recently resemble pose generation using Xyz LoRa's to an extent, but since AI learns from real art, I try not to focus on pose similarities unless it's a very close match. So this is Azami Arts, and this is AI Gen. Azami Arts, AI Gen. Obushi's style using AI. Oh. So they're saying they're all using the same model, so they're getting very similar poses? They're claiming it's the artist who's tracing Mel. It's not even tracing, it's the full package using AI that are trained off other artists and then tracing it. Seems like they can do very precise AI training on very specific artist styles and they're feeding their images. Yeah. Oh, hi, Siren Call. Welcome aboard. So the Ogi Pote art style. The art style that they used before switching to the Ixi one was the Ogi Pote art style. This is the one they used from 2023 to mid-2024. And she's also following both Ixi and Ogi Pote on Blue Sky and Pixiv as well, as two other artists with similar anime Nuri styles. Ogi Pote has also had to deal with their art being used without perms to train AI models since 2023. Please stop distributing the AI named after me. I'm not saying this from a moral or AI ethics standpoint, just extremely bothersome or rather illegal. It's even generating erotic content, which is business interference. Reports keep coming in, but even when I report it, it doesn't get removed. If you come across such image, please don't misunderstand it. That is beautiful. Wow, that's beautiful. I don't really feel like these two images are similar. I guess it is a softer style. It's more complex than these. These are more like base colors, not a lot of shading, not a lot of I don't know, there's a lot of lightning effects in this one, like light effect. Before May-June 2024, Zami was using Ogi Pote style before switching to Ixi unless they're missing images. In the multiple borders I searched, the switch was sudden and drastic. I will stop listing Twitter sources and only use Boris, as all of the original posts for these are deleted. From left to right. May and... okay, this is the evolution. The reason to believe that these might also be traced from AI comes from the fact that there's also multiple AI elements in the background. In most instances, the background is blurred to hide these artifacts. There's like a cake. I'll not be showing every single instance of AI backgrounds since there's dozens of images. You can argue that only the backgrounds are AI generated and not the character are drawn from scratch on top of that. But the switch from Ogi Poke to Ixi style was just as sudden as the jump in skill before Ogi Pote style, which is what leads me to believe the characters started being traced at 1.2. Once more, let's look at LoRa upload dates. If there's no AI models that was uploaded online before the art was posted, then the chances that it's traced from AI becomes lower. Yeah, I'm following this. They're doing a good argument here. The earliest Azami artworks in Demboro with Ogi Pote style dates back to at least June 2023. But as previously mentioned, Ogi Pote tweeted about AI infringement all the way back in April 2023, so earlier than June. The earliest model I could find back to March 2023 and can generate the background at the same time. I believe Asami started tracing AI around this time period during my research. So were they an artist before? I found out that one of my followers had commissioned Azami multiple times. Back in 2023, I reached out to them and explained the situation. They provided me with the commissioned images and gave me perms to use them in my doc. Out of the 3 commissioned images they shared with me, the one with Ogipore style was dated back to April 12, 2023, which is earlier than the June 2023 Damburu upload date I mentioned above. However, my point still stands as the AI model for Ogipore style was published on March 22, 2023. Okay, so the Ogipore style was uploaded on LoRa on June 2023, but there was an AI model for Ogipore that was published on March 22, 2023. This is confusing. What's the difference between the 2 models and the style? These improvement rates in a single month from beginner artist only became so common after 2022 with the first wave of AI image generation. For non-artist references of what general improvement looks like, see the artist evolution post on Pixiv, 1-year art improvement meme, or 10-year progress summaries. There was a small period of time where Yukura's Eku style was used. Around May 2024, Asami briefly switched styles from Ogipore to Eku Ikura style before switching again to the current Ixi style. Something I noticed is that while Asami is following both Ixi and Ogipore in Blue Sky, Ikura is blocked, and Asami's Blue Sky was created February 7, 2024, and they were blocked on February 28, 2024. You can check the block list? This is strange, it's not part of a mass block. Once more, let's look at LoRa uploads online. At first, I could only find... Oh, they're public. On Blue Sky, they're public? The model numbers are someone else training it and re-uploading it. It's implying most AI users don't train their own private models because they lack the resources to do it in a fast... Oh, okay, thank you. So the 2 AI models having variance is what the author's criticizing. I see. Thank you for explaining that. One more, let's look at the LoRa upload online. At first, I could only find one uploaded on February 29, which is 1 day after Asami blocked Eku on Blue Sky. Oh. In the end, this similar timing was probably a coincidence, and I thought for a second maybe the block was an accident. However, I found it unlikely as you have to press a menu to find the block button and you get a warning when you are about to block someone. That said, after a bit more digging, I found a model that was uploaded on October 24, 2023. There will always be the possibility that these are simply heavy reference and not generated with AI and then traced, but somehow these exhibit similar AI errors that are still persistent in future artworks. October 24th, February 29, and the block was on February 28. So the block was 1 day before this. Oh. But if it was uploaded on October 24, 2023, then it comes month after it. I haven't gotten to Asami's art prior to 2023 yet. I want to share some comparison of the style change with the same character across less than a year. May 24, May 2024, August 2024, March 20... Okay. Yeah, these are all drastically different. Incoherent skill improvement. As observed, there's a constant and very distinct change in style, but besides that, improvement completely stalls. Wait, what's wrong with this photo? I don't get it. Isn't this the correct anatomy? Hi, Zentraya Games. As observed, there's a constant and very distinct change in styles, but besides that, improvement completely stalls. So far, I've tried to not nitpick at errors that could be human in nature, but there's some issues that can't be dismissed. There's pieces where the perspective seems flawlessly executed, but then there are artworks with dynamic poses that have anatomy mistakes and proportions are always different between images. If an artist has somehow mastered multiple styles in less than a year, seems to have knowledge of anatomy to a fluctuating degree and dynamic poses with over 8 years of experiences, you would expect them to know how pattern wraps or blends around clothing and how to execute it in the art program of choice instead of multiplying a font layer and using the free transform tool with no account for the curvature of the body. Oh. They're saying it would move up and down here instead of just being written with the transform tool. I see what they're saying. It's passable here. And I think it's passable. I think the anatomy sounds fine. Looks fine here. Arc chronologically, March 2021 to September 2021. Okay, it was drastically different, that's for sure. 2022, May 2022, May 2022, June 2022. August 2022, September 2022. This one's pretty good and has good like light mastery. Although she seems the perspective's not great. November 2022. And then suddenly 2023 AI background starts showing up. Oh yeah, suddenly it's a lot more complex. January 2023 and February 2023. I mean, the girl looks like it's hand drawn here, the purple-haired one. March 2023. April 2023 and May 2023. The first artwork review on Etsy mentions that the character does not look similar to the reference that was given for the comm. However, I don't know what the original character looks like, so I'm unable to make a comparison. This is my second time working with Azami. However, this time I let her control my outfit, but she changed my character entirely, so it doesn't look like me. I'm a little upset that she wanted to charge me $25 for two things that should have been there in the first place. The sketch didn't look like the final product. It's cute, but I won't be using this art to define me at all. I'm a wolf VTuber, but she drew me as a cat. Oh. Ben là. January 2024. Ohio. February 2023. The armpit looks a bit weird. November 2024. Oh, that's Luna. Okay. And then 2025 is a completely new style. Yeah. Yeah, it's completely new. I don't know if YouTube can handle this art. Let me check my dashboard. Might get demonetized. Check out my Patreon so we can look at more lewd art on stream. Deleting art after being contacted. I was going to source the first image to her Pixiv as I remember it was still available there. You can see it in the Pixiv screenshot back here. It's now gone. I believe it was deleted in the past few days. There is only one artwork remaining on her Pixiv now. I checked Twitter instead, and I found out that the remaining posts from early 2025 are all now deleted. Last night / early morning, November 28, I had been scrolling through her Twitter for sources, so I believe this mass deletion happened overnight as I typed this. All of the remaining fan arts had been deleted. Now the media tab solely has artwork of her OC going back to September 2025. So she was... Oh, it's after being contacted by OP of the Google Doc. When she said, yo, can we draw on magma? She should have archived all that before contacting her, because she kind of signaled her off. I'm sorry I don't have screenshots of her old media tab to prove this. You'll have to take my word on this one. The only thing I can provide is the version of history for this doc, which proves I did check her Twitter yesterday. And the link was still working. Better demonized than demonetized. True! Yeah, she went full burn the evidence mode. So, do you know what happened before midnight, November 28? I emailed Azami. Oh, she emailed her. It's not just the Vegan thing. So, subject, apology, and art inquiries. So, I'm going to assume that the specific deletion spree was not a coincidence in my email. Oh, so after the email, she immediately started deleting. I apologize for the harsh wording on my QRT back in October of her Cali time-lapse where I implied was someone tracing over AI, even if it looks most likely traced. I shouldn't have replied the way I did. Of course, I was quickly blocked after she saw my QRT, so there was no other way to contact her. After apologizing, I briefly explained the increased amount of artists tracing AI and expressed wanting to solve these matters privately. See, after taking a 2-week break from this doc, I started to wonder if maybe I just hallucinated everything. And maybe all the theories about Dolores were far-fetched, as I have no way to prove she did use those models. Maybe the improvement is suspiciously fast, yet disconnected, but who knows really, because it's something that can't be standardized. That's why I decided to email Azami to clear things up. Quite honestly, I do not expect a reply. I asked for PSD files of any of these 4 artworks seen on the right. But I know an artist might be uncomfortable sharing PSDs with strangers, so I mentioned screenshots of the layers were okay. But I told them I know deals can be edited. I didn't pick these artworks randomly though. I have a suspicion these are generated, not traced. Yet I can confidently say they are generated because I have no evident proof, and I could be wrong. They might simply look like AI because of the blur filter. Why do I suspect these might be generated? I had mentioned the Azuna issues back here, but I did point out everything that seemed odd back then. There are some errors where I think the possibility of them being human mistakes are extremely low, but in some cases it's very ambiguous, as there are genuine mistakes in art sometimes because the artist was distracted, too tired, too lazy, or was rushing to finish. Maybe all of them at once. So first is the tail on Gora. The tail design is not consistent in any of Azami's Gura artwork, which can be found in Dambaru. It's like flipped. Or, oh, this one's, the X's are not even here. Oh, okay, the stitches are different. It's the stitching. And this, I don't get what we're looking at here. Yeah, the stitches are different. Corner ends here, so the other line is not part of the background box. Oh. Okay. It's hard for me to determine if these are fully AI traced because despite being able to zoom in, the images are very JPEG artifact and have noise layer added on top. I will update this section before publishing if I receive a reply. Update as of November 30. I never received a response to my email. New artwork almost every single day. So I started this doc back in October, took a break, then resumed. There were roughly 48 artwork posted of her OC through 57 days, from October 3rd to November 28th. A new image posted almost every day. The account is basically all thirst bait art now, but seeing how all of them have 20 to 60k likes and 100 plus comments, I'm sure the premium checkmark is going great for you, Azami. Are they saying that they're making money off posting these? On top, I think you only get money from other premium users, by the way. If they interact with your post. On top of that, there's the VGen commissions that aren't posted on Twitter. There are 12 reviews from October to November, which means the total of artwork drawn in 57 days was over 60. So more than one artwork per day. Okay, yeah, that is kind of suspicious. Unless you're a skeb artist, because they kind of do that. Is this... But they have like these ways to make them like very fast, very sketchy, like more scuffed. Is this art output normal? I would say no, but it's not completely impossible. There are a few things to consider when it comes to art speed, such as the canvas size, art style, an illustration of a background will take longer than a flat character on a white background. Yeah, exactly. Like the skeb artist will do like... It won't be fully rendered. It won't be fully lined, white background, easy peasy. And they churn them. And a drawing done in 800p canvas generally will take less time to finish than a drawing that's 6000p tall. However, after drawing a character so many times, you think there would be consistency in their anatomy proportion, especially in two artworks drawn back to back. I feel like they look similar, no? I mean, anatomy-wise. Oh, here's gonna be the comparisons. AI users don't learn from mistakes. Going back to the time lapse, now that all of these new artworks were posted while I was away, I'm still like stunlocked on the anatomy part. Is it just because her ass is fatter in this one? The first thing I noticed across these images is that she had not bothered to learn from the draw braids, not bothered to learn how to draw braids despite the character having a braided sweater. Oh. Yeah, they're all kind of disjointed, or they look messy. The braids weren't part of the sketch, so the line art begins immediately. I slowed down the time-lapse and turned it into 2 GIFs so it's easier to follow. There is only one instance where an area of the braid is redrawn or corrected, but the line art is essentially still the same. There were no adjustments made. Here. If you keep tracing AI braids instead of learning how to draw them, you are never going to draw them properly. For those who actually care about learning, there's multiple ways and techniques to draw braids, as there's many knot types. Here's a braid tutorial. That's kind of what they should look like, I guess. This is an example on a sweater. Oh, this is what do AI braids look like? Here's an example. So they're kind of fucked. Wait, this is AI generated? They look more even. Azami arts. For all the reasons I've provided so far in the doc, I believe that Azami's skills jump from 2022 to 2025 is not genuine. Oh, this is Gura. Okay. It's not impossible, just highly unlikely. Please do not use improvement speed as the only reason to suspect someone using his AI. The real artists who practice and study hard improve at an impressive speed in only 2 years. That is true. That's true. But yeah, there's a lot of... I think the mistakes indie images was the biggest tell for me. My assumption is that it started sometimes during 2023. I don't have to wonder about the reason or circumstance that would lead someone to build their career out of lies and fraud. It's always money and or popularity. Request to VGen. To respect commissioners and their OCs, I'm avoiding using art from Azami's VGen gallery, but I want to talk about VGen for a bit. There's multiple people, tracers, on their platform right now. I understand that as the platform grows, these fraudsters slips through the cracks, and I don't know how the vetting process to join works right now. Last I heard, it was invite codes. Yeah. Oh, that's how it is now? Okay. I don't have time to make documents like this for every single tracer out there, but I had sent what I believe to be very substantial evidence when I reported some accounts last month. It's been nearly 2 months, report sent on October 8th, yet action was never taken on the accounts. I never received a response, so I don't even know if the reports went through. I was told that they get hundreds of reports, so it'll take some time to review. But in the meantime, these people are still taking comms from people who don't know better. Please consider separating AI reports from general platform reports. If you haven't already... I once submitted a report because one of my artists, like, literally disappeared. And they replied to me very, very fast. So I don't know why it's taking so long for these, if all the reports are handled by the same people and together. AI Gen has gotten extremely accurate. Yeah, it's crazy how accurate it's become. I'm baffled. It's not yet it's not hard to catch if you ask for a PSD. But tracing AI is a more complex matter to investigate and creates distrust between all artists, especially beginners. AI avatars on social. Sometimes I keep noticing that account tracing AI sometimes have AI generated avatars. I'm not sure if Azami generated these, as it's impossible to find a source online. There's also the possibility that the images were saved and used without knowing they were AI. That is true. These are Wayback Machine snapshots. However, the January 2023 avatar is still visible on her abandoned Gumroad page. The soulless eye style was fairly common back in 2022 and the AI was not as advanced as it is today. Yeah, that's why I feel like those don't look like AI. But if she says that, maybe she knows better. I don't know. Increasing amounts of tracers nowadays. Azami's case is not unique or special. Back in August, I wrote a doc about another tracer who had switched account previously and successfully scammed dozens of people. The reason I published this was because I found out multiple people tried to spread awareness in the past but failed. I'm not sure if that whole ordeal changed my algorithm or just I became more aware, but I began noticing similarly suspicious art accounts more often. After the doc, I started getting multiple emails and DMs from people asking for help identifying X or Y account was tracing. So this person is like the AI expert. After the doc, I started getting multiple emails and DMs from people asking for help identifying if X or Y account was tracing. All of this was taking away all my time and sanity. I kept noticing more and more people tracing in my own TL, but I told myself I would not make a doc about it again. And just try to spread awareness by RTing other people posts instead of solving it privately. Then a little over a month later, I came across one account gaining traction that was fully AI, pretending it was real art and charging for comms since it was very clearly AI, with some tracing at the start. I figured a single tweet instead of a 20-page doc would suffice. There was nothing else I could do. I got blocked, but I moved on. I thought that would be it, but a few days later I got a DM from someone who helped me with a previous doc. They told me that AI account was related to a couple other ones that were all tracing AI and taking comms. I decided to look into it for a bit. In the end, against my own promise, I ended up spending almost 2 months compiling info and evidence, and eventually I found out that most of the accounts are the same person. This is a ring of tracers, mostly focused on hololive fan arts, and targeting English-speaking commissioners with prices up to $700. Wow. Wow, okay. The reason why I spent so much time on this issue is because previous attempts at calling out these scammers have failed, and they kept getting away with their absurdity to this day. Investigating that whole tracer circle, so it's like a gang. Yeah, F for monetization. Thank you, Jason. Yeah, we're definitely losing it. It became extremely stressful when I found out the amount of harassment and doxing someone is willing to do just to keep tracing AI. Wait, so they started attacking her and retaliating? I'll be sharing all the evidence I have gathered in a future doc. All traced from AI by the same person across different accounts. Oh, okay, from different accounts, because the styles like widely differ. See how ridiculous this is? I'm asking artists to please spread awareness when you see things like this happening. Not that it's so common, you don't have to make a whole doc about it, but sharing when stuff like this happen goes a long way to exposing this kind of stuff. I went for the longest time avoiding commenting or interacting with stuff like this and using my account solely to upload my art, but it's impossible to ignore anymore. They'll try so hard to convince you they are not tracing by lying and faking evidence instead of being upfront about it, so the average art enjoyer or commissioner can't tell anymore. And when they get called out, they'll just make a new account, start over again. So these are some previous cases of AI tracing. Wait, I wanted to see what happened with the doxing and harassment she received. I thought she was going to talk about that. If this becomes prevalent, I'm afraid that in the future people might wrongfully accuse others. You don't say. Yeah, allegedly. I mean, the beginning thesis of the document says that they have strong suspicion, but they didn't say, oh, they're definitely tracing AI. Whether in good or bad faith, please don't resort to hate or threats, even if someone might seem very obvious at first glance. Please review these things privately first and ask the other artist for a second opinion. The only reliable proof right now is live drawing in the same canvas with screen capture, as time-lapse and recording can be forged. Thank you, Shimazu. Thank you, thank you. In this doc, I will show you why I believe the odds of Asami tracing art are extremely high. They don't say I don't think. They don't explicitly say I believe they're tracing over AI. They just believe the odds are very high, which is pretty well worded. Oh, she said she would cover it in another doc. I'm very curious about the doxing stuff and harassment. That's crazy that they went that far. I'll be sharing all the evidence I have gathered in a future doc. Wow, I'll be looking forward to that. Because that is wild. That is wild. Crazy. Yeah, that's unhinged. Wow, well, really greatly worded doc. There's a lot of efforts that put into this. This person seems to have taken a lot of time garnering evidence. They went through great lengths to put this together, so I'm quite impressed. I'm quite impressed. Book club? Nah, we're reading Google Dockies. Oh yeah, we are. She's just being but the AI usage is like, I mean, it's pretty convincing. But it's still, I mean, they're right. Like, there's a lot of things that are like, it looks like it, but it could be, you know. She puts the reasonable doubt the entire time, which I appreciated. They're like, yeah, I can't really tell for sure, but there's all these circumstances that make it kind of very likely. Yeah, I'm no longer afraid of these sub 100 pages Google Docky. Bring it forward. It's just a lot of circumstantial evidence that seem to add up. I wonder if the artist is going to make a response. Now we'll see. Yeah, we eat 100-page dockies for breakfast, and my voice is completely gone now. It's gone. No, how much one has improved is very subjective, but they do say that in the doc too. They're like, there's no really way to prove that or quantify it. Yeah. I don't know, but also like showing it to other artists sometimes they'll just all say that it is AI though. Like, cause that's happened to me. I was like, I was suspicious about somebody tracing for an artwork, so I ended up canceling it. But or I'm in another Discord with some other content creators, and we're talking about like these VTuber models and wondering if there were AI, and it's just that like once one person believes it is, it seems like it kind of already affects the opinions of everybody else, because you all have the same bias suddenly. So it's kind of difficult. I feel like they'll all just agree with each other, but sometimes it is that. Like, sometimes it is just traced. You know what I mean? Dart first, thank you so much for the biddies. Rima AI. Is AI Rima an AI Hans? Hans AI? The AI would be more intelligent. Okay. Girl, don't go catching a cold now. It doesn't owe you money. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, thank you. I am disposing of eggshells. You guys won't leave me alone with that. I've been disposing of them. I even made 2 eggs today, and I threw them all of the garbage, even though it was such an unnecessary gesture. And every time I'm like, I feel like I'm wasting a movement there. This isn't efficient. I'm gonna raid Sidewave. Alright. Sidewave and Bonnie are being raided. Make sure to greet them warmly, chat. Love y'all. I really need to go pee. I've been holding it this entire talk. I've been needing to go before we started reading this. Thanks so much for hanging out, chat. Love y'all as usual. And maybe tomorrow we do a more casual stream. Bye-bye, chat.